Hello, everybody. Weird question. Did when I started, did it crash for everybody else? Because when I pulled up my own live stream, hello, everybody. Weird question. I realized that I have my audio on my phone, so sorry about that. If you just heard me retroactively, that's a bit awkward. For some reason, Streamlabs was just like, "Oh, Jake, we're just not going to work here for a moment." And I was like, oh, okay, well, I was hoping that you would work because that'd be ideal for me, while I'm, streaming. If I could actually stream, that'd be great. So I'm just making sure that everything is set up correctly very quickly on all the platforms because Streamlabs is the most cattywampus platform that I've ever had to use before when it comes to this type of stuff. So just bear with me. But today we have a fun video concept because we are going through the thought process that I go through. And we can do other stuff too, like if we want to go to Cyrodiil or some other places as well. Just of like how I make new player content, and I wanted to get some of your guys' thoughts on that content. And I have our cheat sheet guide of what I'm working on. And I just wanted to get you guys' thoughts on it because I thought, what better place to get feedback than from all of you. Even got my haircut today too, so feel free to give feedback on that. Nice two on the sides and a little trim up top. But how's everyone doing? This is a little later than normal, so I know this is a bit different. And this is the, hang on, I'm just gotta set up the Safari window. So this is actually what I'm working on, and I wanted to get your guys' feedback on it. So I wanted to make a new player guide, but I noticed that a lot of new player guides are very overwhelming, right? It's always like, do all of these things immediately. And I really wanted to space them out because I think that, there are things that I think you should do immediately. Like you should slot all 3 of your major skill lines immediately. You should try to join the Fighters Guild immediately, in my opinion. And within the first 10 levels, you should try to get, your 2 medium, 2 light, 3 heavy, or whatever, armor pieces, And that's kind of how I want to do my next video, is actually like a new player checklist. And then we can also break it down too by, DLC exclusive things, DLC exclusive, join Dark Brotherhood, I think is just a good one to do within your first, couple hours of gameplay. Gives you access to the Blade of Woe, which I think is pretty helpful. Blade of Woe. But I just wanted to kind of see what your guys' thoughts were on that type of content idea, because I know that you guys obviously would give good feedback on stuff like that. And I'm also going to set my, where's my intermission one? There we go. That's why the chat should pop up now when you guys are speaking between the Twitch and the YouTubes. Do we have, let's get that notification. What does anyone have any advice that they would give to a new player? Like, hey, make sure that you do this before you get to a certain level. Does anyone have any specific advice that they usually like to give to people? And or how is just everyone doing, How's it going, Norse? Is my chat box on? Up there it goes. Doing pretty good. But how do you guys feel about this list? Oh, that's the wrong one. Now it's smaller. Well, I guess it doesn't need to be that big. You just kind of put it over here. Within the first 50 levels, I would also think too, we want people to join the Undaunted, right? You probably want to do that sooner rather than later. I should make this one bigger. This one should be smaller. Researching early. See, this is why we got the people here. What am I doing? Like, trying to make this this tab smaller. Pop up. get the free in. So when you guys say this stuff too, if you could throw out like how fast you would do it. So here's, you know, immediately is like you're coming right out of you're coming right out of the tutorial. I should probably put this in. Right out the tutorial. People kind of understand what that means too. So I would say within the first 10 levels, start researching. I don't think that you want to have people doing that too early. I don't want to stress, people coming out of the tutorial zone, like start researching stuff immediately. This honestly, maybe I'll put this within the first 20 levels. That way people don't stress them out about it immediately. If you guys feel differently, though, let me know. I'm open to differing opinions as well. Trust me. So, and then probably within the first 20 levels, you want to join the Mages Guild. It's probably something you want to do within those first 20 or 25 levels. You probably also want to join player run guilds within your first 25 levels. Player run guilds. I mean, I maybe within the first 10 levels, I just don't want to stress new players out. Like, you're out of the tutorial, immediately start, like, it's time to start researching, do those daily writs, Maybe I'm gonna put it. I do agree it's important to do it right away, so I'm gonna switch it to first 10 levels. I'll delete it from here. Mount upgrades. You're not gonna have a mount immediately, so we'll do first 10 levels because you're not gonna have a mount. Mount research. What else comes to mind? Especially, and then, especially for DLCs, what's really relevant to do for a DLC that you would need to do as a brand new player? Looking at all the lines, you probably want to start leveling up. Within the first 20 levels, I would consider if you want to be a vampire or a werewolf. Because I think those could be really tedious skill lines to level up. Oh, do you know what you should probably do within your first 10 levels too? Is you probably want to start looking at bag space. Maybe we'll do that within 25. Because you're probably, by the time you hit level 25, if you're grinding quests, you're probably going to hit level 25 within like 4 hours of gameplay. I would say. Wait, no, which one? The vampire werewolf or the bag space? I mean, I guess you could do bag space within the first 10 levels. Or are you talking about mount research? Sorry, you guys are a little bit behind from where I am on my screen. I guess we could switch this. Let me switch this too. That way you guys can see what we're typing here. Well, now it's a bit this. Full bag space costs 1,797 to max out other than stable training. I was thinking more so just like, because the first couple ones are super cheap, it's like, hey, maybe start over here. I do kind of regret not looking up classes and builds on my first character, at least an outline while you're loading up for the game. That's an immaculate total. That is an immaculate total, but I think too, we just do need to remember that like the first couple ones are very cheap. So from that circumstance, we are not spending a crazy amount. Like if a brand new player within their first 25 levels is upgrading their bag space, they're probably dumping like 50k gold. Drag this over here. Where should we put this stuff? They pick mag or, well, that's probably within the first 10 level. Well, maybe immediately. But you can change it. We'll just say softly pick between mag/stam, you know? Because, like, obviously you want to level up between either your magicka or your stamina, but you also don't want to stress new players out like, I just made a brand new character and now I have to make this grand decision. So that's why maybe we'll just put the word softly in front of it. That way we can say, like, you know, when you hit level 50, you get a free respec scroll anyway. And there's the armory station, blah de blah. There's like 1,000 different ways that you can tweak yourself without having to worry about spending stuff. Do you think researching a build is, where would you put that? Goodbye. Where would you put researching this stuff? Haven't played in 2 years, but I remember always needing more bag space when my ESO subscription wasn't active. That is very accurate, unfortunately. I don't know if you need to. I've never done it like that. Put all points into HB at low levels. You know what's actually unironically really good immediate advice? Should we? I'm trying to think where I want to put the DLC exclusive stuff. Maybe we should just mark it separately, just that way it's separate. But you know, I can't even remember. Oh, companions. That's what I was thinking. Companions are unironically a really good thing to do immediately if you're a brand new player. That's also not how you spell companions, I'm pretty sure. Companions. Something like that. I don't know. My scripts, which look very much just like this, are just words on a page. It's more of a reminder than anything else. Let's say within the first 50 levels, you know, that way that, you know, we can mention too, like, the pros and cons of researching, you know, where you want to go. Research builds. Oh my gosh, I cannot spell. I've never done that though. Put all points into HP. I feel like I've always gone full damage. Just because, you know, killing stuff faster means that you don't need as much health. But I mean, you still want to generally pick between mag and stam because you're going to be leveling up those skills, and you want to make sure that your leveled up skill lines are the you know, the ones that you plan to use. What are some other things that are important? Yeah, that's why I don't know. Like, I guess I'll just put ASAP here because I wanted to keep it separate. Just because it's like, you know, it's DLC exclusive, so I don't want to feel like I'm encouraging people to, you know, buy the DLC as soon as possible, you know? You know what you should, you guys, good points here. Run your daily dungeon within your first 25 levels. And your daily battleground. I'll just put BG. Because if you do that within your first 25 levels, you are unironically doing something very easy. Like, your dungeon is going to be like City of Ash 1, and that'll be the hardest one you could get. Level 10, that's a good one. Within the first 10 levels, do intro to... What is it called? Intro to Cyrodiil quest? I guess I'll just put intro to Cyrodiil. Ritz is like within your first 1,000 levels. Level 10, head to Cyrodiil, got that one. Endeavors, that's a good point. Where would you put Endeavors? So if somebody came to you and they were like level 5, would you tell them about Endeavors? If a level 15 came to you, like, where do you guys put this in the in your leveling? I actually don't. Do you know if the treasure hunter passive scales with Harrowstorms, etc.? I actually don't know. I've heard of people saying that there's weird things that the treasure hunter perk affects. So I actually do not know. How's it going, Mr. Manilow? we're making a list. This is my new player, well, script that we're making here. And it's viewer made for viewers like you. Thank you, or whatever PBS says. Of course, now it's unfortunately going on multiple page. I guess we could shrink this. You guys, just let me know if I need to make it bigger. But I'm going to shrink it. That way it fits. Ooh, how shrunken is this? I mean, I feel like, is this still... Tell me if it gets to a point where this is like unreadable for your eyes, but I want to try to make it to where it's like on screen all at once. Day one. We're not doing this by levels though. That's the hard part. Is this like by not by time, I should say, it's by levels. But I think within 25, I don't know why this is also bigger than these other ones. Make it bold though. They're not bold. Where's bold? I don't even never mind. Spending too much time on the font on a thing that is not even gonna get it's only gonna be read by me afterwards. Daily endeavors within 25 levels, and there's nothing that says when I make the script for the video too, right? There's nothing that says within the first 25 levels that you shouldn't do it at like level 4, you know? It's just by the time you've hit level 25, you should have already done this thing, right? That's what I want to hit home in this video too, is like, you know, obviously new players are some of the most stressed out players whenever you interact with them, you know, so I want to try to scale everything out, but also remind them that like if you want to join, you know, the Undaunted sooner, you could still do that, but I would not put that as a higher priority than some of these other things. Is this big enough? Can you guys read this still? Or is this a little small for you guys? We'll try to make it bigger like this too on screen. How does this look? Can you guys read this? I know some of you are on mobile. Let me see how it looks on my mobile screen. Oh my god, that is so tiny. Can you guys see? Well, I guess you can kind of see that depending on the phone that you have. Hopefully nobody's watching on like a BlackBerry phone. Which, fun fact, by the way, at work one day, and I will never live this down, I was like, oh, you know, the first ever cell phone I had was, and then I should have said BlackBerry, but I accidentally said Blueberry. It was a Blueberry phone, and I never lived that down ever the rest of my life. It was one of the most tragic canon events in my life. So never accidentally refer to a phone as a BlackBerry phone as Blueberry, unless you're me and you want to be remembered for that. I had to quit that job just for that reason. How are we looking though? What are we thinking? Too small? As make it a little bigger. I guess I can also get rid of some of these gaps too. How are we looking now? How does this look? Streaming this late? Yep. Yep. I was gonna stream earlier, but I accidentally broke a cord, and so I just spent the day redoing all of my cords. I think I've spent like $300 on cords, monitor extenders, places to hold cords. It's been a stupid day. But let me. Does this fit? Can you guys see this like pretty well? Hey, hey, even better. And that's the other thing too. I like streaming at different times. That way people get to see, you know, me at different hours, you know. My audience is only 40% in America, so the rest of everybody else that watches lives somewhere else. And even Americans, you know, we have a bunch of different time zones. So that can be a little complicated. But has anybody else thinking of things that come up? I'm just like looking through the map right now and different guild lines, and I always just think like, what's good information to think about? I would say start questing, you know, like, you know, if you start questing. I think DLC. Here's a question: do you guys prefer DLC or non-DLC questing? Really, the biggest thing is for skill points. Skill points. You guys actually do non-DLC first? I unironically think it's better to do the DLC first. When I was like comparing the two, you get significantly more skill points for your time invested by doing DLC quests versus non-DLC quests. I think the scale too of like what's going on. You're like, if you do the Stross Mackay, storyline, you're like delivering ham sandwiches to people, for like the first 50 hour. And then it's like, you do a you do a DLC storyline and it's like, you're a god. Actually, unironically, what's actually better than this, the fastest skill line is actually probably the main story. I unironically think that the main story of ESO is the fastest time for skill points out of any content unless you're farming alliance points. But then if you're farming alliance points, you're probably also max level. So it's a bit there. Scrying is a good one too. Scrying's a bit unique, right? So would you say just within your first 50 levels, just go learn how to scry? Scrying is one of those things that you probably want to do. You know what might also be good too is scribing. What do you guys say about scribing, right? Did you say that you should do scribing immediately? Do you think it's important at all? You're going to be picking up ink, by doing the quest if you go and do the quests. What do you think? What are we thinking? We got scrying and scribing on the table here. I mean, we could just cheat and put them down here for now, but where? Oh my gosh, why are you so big and bold? What font size are you? You're 9, all right. Scrying plus scribing. But when would you recommend a player start doing that though? I got the intro to scribing at scribing at CP, scrying at 50. I guess I guess you could justify it too by saying like, but do you really want, if you start scribing at CP though, all of the resources that you're picking up, all of the bosses that you kill, you're not going to get any ink from those, now. So it's like, if you're going to go through the world, pick up stuff, kill bosses, yada, yada, yada for the first time, if you're doing that from the perspective of a brand new player, you would have the ability to get luminous ink by doing that. So that's where I think it just becomes hard. I think scribing around 25 to 30. I think it's a good benchmark. It's a good point too. People should learn the base skills and then scry. Yeah, because scrying can be like a pretty overwhelming, like, hey guys, all of these skills that you don't even know what they do, well, boom, you can now make ones out of the void. Yeah, you can actually make quite a bit of early gold, but you can also make quite a bit of early gold from scribing and scrying. I feel like they should have named it something different because I feel like scribing and scrying is already just too similar as is, that I feel like they could have called it like spell crafting or something else. I know people might be like, it's not spell crafting, but like it is realistically. How are we looking though? Like what are some other things? I'm looking around on my map right now, just thinking to myself, like, what do I, oh, somebody said to get the house. Within 25, I would say it's not like a big intro housing. I mean, it's not like a huge like, oh my god, the guy didn't get the intro to housing thing, but like, it's something that you still want to get, What about leveling up crafting? How's it going, Irish Redbone? Would you suggest that somebody who's not max level start guild trading in any capacity? And then there's the crafting element too. Like, should you start leveling up your crafting? I guess just, within your first 25 levels, just deconstruct. I mean, I want to put an asterisk here just so I remember to note research, because research technically you're going to want to start doing sooner. Well, maybe deconstruction should be within your first 10 level. Yeah, we'll put that. I don't know why. I'm just going to put it here. Start researching / decoding. Do you ever suggest that new players get training gear? I unironically think that training gear is not necessarily worth it, usually. But I do think that there's definitely ways that you could build training gear to be better. But I feel like I don't see it as often. We got trait, so we have trait research. I was just mentioning that I don't want people to. I didn't want to confuse players by saying, "Well, deacon everything," but then forget the part where we mentioned research. So research and deaconing is within your first 10 levels. Set good habits. New players aren't coming into the game with 6-month commitment at the start of their crafting journey. That's a good point. Yes to guild trading. So many guild players motifs to merchants because they do not know what they're worth. Seems daunting. That's fair. I came into this game blind and didn't wear anything but what I picked up until CP 200, so at least know to have full sets. And I'm going to touch upon that. So I have to try to get the 223 armor, and these are all bullet points, obviously. So the bullet point is going to expand to, you know, try to wear, you know, blah blah blah. But also note that as you do quests and as you pick up stuff in the overworld, you're going to be increasingly getting gear and whatnot. So just keep putting on that armor and don't worry about wearing full sets until you're ready to do more specific content. Your real goal is to just level, you know, something like that. A little more flavorful, or a little more scripted. Yeah, I have start researching is within the first 10 levels. So ASAP Irish is literally like, you've left the tutorial zone, go do this immediately. So like, you've left the tutorial zone, you're probably not going to have anything to research, but you still should join the Fighters Guild immediately. You still should slot the skill lines in. You should kind of make the decision for picking between, you know, Mag and Stan. Yeah, leveling crafting lines. I don't know where to put crafting lines. I mean, I'll probably touch upon it when I talk about deconstructing, but then it's like, what if somebody wants to level up their provisioning? You know, when do you recommend that? What would you guys say? When do you just start recommending somebody says, oh, I want to level up my provisioning? Which, if somebody's like level 35, would you be like, don't worry about that yet? Or would you say, okay, yeah, you know, go make 10,000 fish sticks? Add-ons would be a good pregame. Add-ons is weird because it's like, I don't use add-ons, obviously, because I play on, you know, Xbox. When they have enough fish to craft 1,000 fish sticks. See, that's fair. What about, all right, so the things that I want your help placing would be add-ons. So think add-ons. Where would you want to put add-ons? Think provisioning. When would you worry about level 50? Okay, so think provisioning. When and alchemy. We're putting in alchemy is in there as well. So when would you want to put that on there? So alchemy, start to level that up. Daily writs is another one that I think is important for people to start. Not necessarily super imperative. Daily pledges. Start thinking about when do you think players should start doing their daily pledges. That could be another thing that goes on here pretty quickly. And I'm forgetting the other one that I was thinking of. Just blurt out where you think any of that stuff should be start working on. I guess we could probably just say writs, buff, provisioning, alchemy. Because you do need the passives for these things, right? That's the unfortunate reality, is like you need the passives from like provisioning, alchemy. You know, you need to have the, you know, helpful things that come from that. What else? I'm like looking at random things just to try to see if it sparks any ideas too in my head. Well, yeah, that's why I'm like daily writs is actually a pretty good routine to get in early on, but I also feel like it's not something that you have to like stress about. And I just to remind everybody too, when this video is, you know, is going on, you know, just because you could do something within the first 50 levels also doesn't mean that you don't have, you can still do it at like level 5, 6, 7. It's just more so like as you kind of get to level 50, you need to make sure that you've done this specific thing already. You know, you want to make sure that you've already done this. So we'll put guild trading in there. Guild trading. We still all fit on the screen, so we're doing good. What else comes to mind? Add-ons, I mean, I guess we could put add-ons as right away with an asterisk, because obviously, like, you know, not all of us could use add-ons, including myself. Person making this video can't even use an add-on. Writs are available from level 6. I start deaconing immediately to max out different crafting lines, and then upgrade as skill points are available. That's true. Writs should be CP 160. If you're scrying, you make passive gold on your journey, and CP 160 is when you actually need the gold. Yeah, I mean, I think that I think there's nothing wrong with saying writs should be done before you're level 50, just to get in the habit, just to start, you know, working on that type of stuff, you know. But as far as like stressing about it, it's more of like an optional thing, you know. What are some other things? Oh wait, upgrade bag, and you can upgrade your bank space. Where did I put bag space? Bag space / bank space. There we go. I know, we do need. Console needs a lot. We're really, you know what I would love as a console creator? I would love if they gave us the DLCs at the same time that they do PC players. That's what I would love. It definitely does depend on the play style. And I also just want to, you know, if you're just joining in and you're didn't hear the prelude too, just because this is within the first X amount of levels, that doesn't mean that they can't do something sooner. So within the first 50, you could do it at level 10, you could do level 45, you know? Starting secondary characters. I waited till CP 600 and that was too late. Yeah, but the only real way you can get storage boxes, though, is if you start farming Telvar or Writ vouchers. And both of those things are going to be a little difficult. Secondary characters. Where would you guys put that? You know, just consider making a secondary character. What would you guys put that in this lineup here? Probably within the first 50, just because it's like, you know, you can use an extra character for extra bag space. You can use them as extra hireling rewards, campaign reward. You know what? First 50 levels, rewards, tier 1, Cyrodiil. I said it, and I am sticking by it. The Dream's Gone, you have given probably one of the best suggestions so far, because that is a fantastic point. You are going to be suffering with skill points. and you have just given some of the best ideas for within the first 50 levels. Public dungeon, or I'm just gonna put skill points, that way I know why I'm writing out all these things. Skill points, public dungeons, delves, sky shards, etc. Thank you. Also, we're getting to the point where it's getting a little off the screen. I'm gonna try shrinking it. Is this still? Oh, wait, that's a little. I'll bring it up one size again. I want people to be able to read this, obviously, but I want to try to stay on screen. How does this look? Can you guys still read this on your phones? You're not like, you have to like rotate. Like, I have my phone pulled up, but I have like a larger screen phone. You know, I'm not like on a Nokia, thankfully. I used to own a Nokia. That thing was like a brick. Crazy that we used to be able to put Nokia phones in like our pockets without the pockets exploding. I think it fits still pretty well. If it gets bad, just let me know if it's unreadable. I just like to try to keep it all on screen at the same time. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. I would do sky shards as I'm questing, to be honest. Yeah, I don't. It's hard to place because it's like it's a bit. I'll probably move it from within 50 to like within 25, within 10. You know, it's definitely something good to know. I don't know. I might where should I put this? 10? Because I mean, I guess you're gonna be going in delves within your first 10 levels. So I guess just put it in here. Let's delete. I think within the first 10 levels is not too intimidating to start confusing people. What are some other things? What about the Dark Brotherhood? Oh, we have the Dark. I'm here. I am. You know, just mentioning things that are already here. Yeah, that's why I have start questing is on here pretty quickly. Start questing, DLC, non-DLC, skill points, main story. Yeah, I think somebody tell me if I'm wrong. The highest skill points per hour is just doing the main story immediately. I believe that is the fastest skill points. You're leveling up your soul magic. And you're obviously, you know, you feel important. You know, it's not like you're in Stros Mackay and they're like, I'm putting together a team. We're not joining your team. And he's like, we're in. And they're like, all right, well, that's the whole quest. Or, you know, you're just delivering ham sandwiches or, you know, doing all sorts of boring stuff. Like the main storyline in ESO is actually really good. So I think it's good to start. What about Undaunted? Do you think just joining the Undaunted is enough? I think where you could just kind of make a note about pledges. I mean, within the first 50 levels, doing pledges is a bit, you know, because I mean, you're only going to get, you know, like one skill point. You know what? Unironically, immediately, you know, participate in any. Well, I guess within your first 10 levels, you're not going to participate in active events, you know? So many ESO events can be participated in within your first 10 levels. I'm trying to even think of one that you couldn't. I think the only one you can't would be Mid-Year Mayhem. You could argue that you couldn't participate in the Undaunted Celebration event, but actually, if you're within your first 10 levels, the Undaunted Celebration event is perfect for you because you're going to queue into Fungal Grotto immediately. Everybody's going to speed run it, and you're just going to be able to just cruise through it. Well, you would have to be at least level 10 for Mid-Year Mayhem, if I'm not mistaken. Because you can't do Battlegrounds, you can't go to the Imperial City at level 5, I don't think, or level 3. That's what I'm like. I don't know if it's worth mentioning pledges because you really, and then you generally want to do the veteran versions of them anyway. That's why it's like, But unironically, Jester's event, Halloween event, Zeals of Xanthar. How many? There's like 1,000 ESO events. The only one that you can't participate in immediately is Mid-Year Mayhem. How's it going, Jeff? We're just, working on our list here for new players. I do also have ESO pulled up. I am logged in. We're just over here chilling inside of this random bank in Deshaun. But we're focused on making this a new player checklist. I was always I love new player guides. I'm sad that the chat bar refreshed. Sorry about that. Obviously I love new player guides, but a lot of times I feel like new player guides can be overwhelming. And this is just to give a little background as to why we're doing it like this. I like to space suggestions out because it's like if you tell people to do 50 things immediately, they just become overwhelmed and they're like, oh my gosh. Like, oh, you know what's really goofy though that I've, grab a Mundus Stone. Grab Mundus Stone. That's probably pretty important. Like it's these goofy things that I constantly forget about, like the fact that you have to actually go pick a Mundus Stone. You have to like actually go and grab one. But like, I was helping one of my friends start on ESO the first time the other day, and I was like giving hundreds of things. I'm like, you got to do this. And he's like, oh my God. And I'm like, you don't have to do all that all right away, but then it's like, well, what things should you do right away versus what things can wait? That's why I'm like, this would be a great way to like itemize this out. And there are going to be people who, right off the bat, they want to do all the things on here. Every time they come across a public dungeon, level 4, they're like, boom, we're doing it, We're getting that skill point. They'll be researching builds, within the first 3 levels of the game. Watch J Clips weekly for vendor info and event info at all times. That would be that'd be a very shameless plug. I am also working on a gold flowchart, a gold method flowchart. Everybody's always like, Jake, how should I farm gold? And this is like the most common question I either get in my DMs or in Discord is, how should I farm gold? And there's so many answers, and it's always like, do you enjoy this or this? Would you rather do this or this? And I'm like, I'm just going to make a flowchart where it's like, you just go down and you're like, oh, boom, there's the perfect gold method for me. I mean, so the main benefit of joining the Stygic Order early would be you would get access to Stygic portals. I guess, it's going to be a DLC exclusive anyway. I'm just trying to think, like, when I make Stygic, something like that. Yeah, we have the Cyrodiil tutorial quest, and we have Battlegrounds, but I put Battlegrounds on within 25. That's a great point, farm Halloween event recipes. I'm a huge fan of that. Those Halloween recipes are like stocks, but which sugar skulls are stocks? Yeah, portals are the reason. Isn't it weird though? And I thought I was crazy. Is this, maybe this is a glitch and not supposed to work like this, but you can still see Thieves Guild troves inside the world, even if you're not in the Thieves Guild. Was that intended to be like that? Like, I always thought that you had to join the Thieves Guild to see the Thieves troves. Not that Thieves troves are worth it. The portals are generally worth actually stopping to go locate because, Mundane Runes are like 600 plus gold now on console, and even crazier. But I've been finding Thieves troves on my brand new characters who are not in the guild, which I thought was kind of weird. Would you suggest that new players do daily quests? I'm gonna switch actually. We'll do the daily quest too while we're thinking. I want to give everyone a break here. Let the brain juices flow for a moment because we have the Westwell dailies. Because some of you guys may not have seen the video the other day. These Westwell dailies are goated. It's actually really convenient to be a in that. I always forget where the Westwell daily giver is. It's the freaking. I hate the fact that, I mean, I like that you can do your daily writs, but sometimes it drives me crazy that like then you think that you're going to the quest givers in that specific area and you're not. I know, I don't know the wrong way. Yes, I promise I'll defeat the guy. All right, where's the Mirrormore invasion? Why am I in Shadowfen? There it is. Yeah, I do have companions. That's a good point too to do the dailies for the companions. A dumb question. If you don't have the gold road, do you still get scripts for completing that content? So like if I do a Mages Guild daily and I don't have the gold road, do I still get scripts as a drop or no? Because unironically, they're actually pretty good for gold. No, you don't. What if you have it, but you haven't done the quest line for it? Is there nobody here? What? Nobody's doing these mirror... Nobody's doing the daily quests? Ridiculous. So you have to have the quest line. Okay, that's good to know. Alright, well, I guess I'm in my PvP gear too. So there's like a glitch right now on Xbox where your champion points get messed up if you use the armory. So I'm like refusing to switch out of my PvP gear. Oh yeah, you can actually make like good gold now from oh gosh, my inventory's full. It's gonna be the slowest incursion end ever. Sorry everybody. Oh, hang on. Over here. Excuse me, Nazim. I have so much random bullshit in my inventory. Like just a gold staff of, Imperial Wrath. Just in case, you ever need it. Oh, it's because I'm a fool. I bought all these yesterday. I haven't listed them up yet. Yeah, here I am. I've got all these unopened boxes. I'm such a hooligan. I'm so silly. Can't believe you guys take advice from me. Here I am. I buy like a ton of Deadly Strike boxes, and I haven't even opened these stupid things yet. Yeah, I don't know why people pay gold. Like, I actually, unironically, no idea why they do it. I don't know. That's what I do think that scribing Rainbow is actually really good to do sooner rather than later. A lot of people have been a lot of people think that it's not essential to do right away, and I don't think it's essential. But as you do other content, you're going to get scripts. You're going to get access to Luminous Ink, which is just a good gold method. Doing the quest is going to give you, a bunch of Luminous Ink, which could be, a nice chunk of change for you. So, like, honestly, probably pretty good. These are also cracked right now, by the way. If you can get some Colovian styles, like, you want to do these things because they are selling like crazy. The greens of these plans are selling for like 100+K. There's some purples that are worth like 1 million, It's granted, it's like, RNG lottery, you guys know how it is. If you want something bad enough, the game won't give it to you. Like the Torque of the Alien King. I did more Infinite Archive farming yesterday. Do you know what I did not get a single lead to? Do you know what the game gave me 0 leads of? 0. Torque of the Alien King. They gave me no leads. How can you farm? All 5 of those leads drop from there. And they've not given me any of them artificially. That is ridiculous. Guys, can you just hurry up with this champion here? How important is scribing? I do have a guide on like where the scripts and stuff come from. I don't know if I've ever mentioned how important it is. How important is scribing? I think the scribing's importance is more important for PvP content than PvE content. Before I go further with that assessment, does anyone disagree with that sentiment? Because now I'm trying to think if I agree with my own statement. What does everyone think about that statement, that scribing is more relevant for PvP than it is for PvE? Does that seem like a fair assessment, or does that seem like it's a slightly cattywampus? I won't be offended if you call me an idiot either. I'm thinking that I think out loud. Because to me, the whole main benefit, it's important for the purple wall of elements. Because for PvP, being able to change damage types, being able to give yourself heals, being able to turn things into damage, you know, it's getting debuffs on things that you normally wouldn't is much better. But you play as a tank, so are there scribing skills that are essential for tanks to have? I don't think so. There's no multi-taunt. You know, if there was a multi-taunt, you know, I would say that, you know, it would be essential for a tank. But there's no multi-taunt, you know? So it's like, I don't think a tank would really need to worry about it. I do think it's cool. And if you enjoy like styling, it's really cool also. It gives you access to a really good gold method, which is luminous ink farming. But as far as its essentiality, I don't think that it's necessary. I'm sure that there are scribing skills, being able to turn things that weren't taunts into taunts is cool, but I don't think that it's meta. I don't think that people are like, ooh, don't use, you know, this taunt anymore, use this one. I don't think that that's happening, but correct me if I'm wrong, because oh look, a lead, the thing that does not drop from the Infinite Archive. Who would have thought? Yeah, exactly. It's definitely better than not getting, especially because ink is going to be one of those things too. When they add more scribing skills, is just going to go back up in value again as well. Sometimes I love the sassiness of people. Looking for dolmen group. This guy's like, there are no dolmens here. Excuse me, sir. Malik Ball invaded with anchors. Athelia invades inadvertently with mirrors. Totally different. Don't group them together at all. The Destra, yeah, I mean, for PvP, scribing is awesome. Ironically, I think I say that as somebody who has 0 scribing skills on their PvP bar, but I did, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. I just have been experimenting with PvP skills quite a lot, and haven't needed it. That's true too. With the new Battlegrounds changes coming up, you know, that's going to be a big PvP mode. How essential is scribing going to be for stuff like that is a great point. Is this going to be one of those weird boss? Oh no, it's pretty easy to get into. Please don't almost be dead. Woo! Get in there. Where's the boss? There's nothing worse than when you do daily quests and you get to a world boss one and the world boss dies as you're rolling up, and it hurts. Yeah, you can I could show you if you would like, Foxtrot. I can actually, I mean, I could go and show you what it looks like after I do this daily quest. Oh, look, another lead. It's almost like the game gives you leads when you don't want them. I guarantee you that whatever this goofy thing is too, I don't even want it. Music box. They will give you a mythic for a music box, but dare you ever want a PvP mythic? They'll never give it to you. You want a music box? Fine. You want a skin or a mount? You could have all those leads you want. You ever want to get a mythic that has practical utilization? Never. We'll never give it to you. I have a conspiracy theory that I guarantee you is true, is that the more time you spend in Cyrodiil, the less likely you are to get the Torque of the Iliad King. Because when I made the video about it being one of the most rare mythics for people to own that actually wanted it, there were a lot of people that were like, I have this mythic and I don't even use it. And I'm like, yeah, it's because you didn't want it. It's like the Philosopher's Stone in Harry Potter. But I can show you what it looks like here for scribing in just 1 second. This is just my rant about, I play a lot of ESO, right? You would think. And I'm a simple man. I just want that one mythic, and I can't get it. I just can't. Funny enough, I don't even think it's as good as the mythic that I'm currently using. But now it's just become the principle of not having it. Oh, my inventory's full again. What lead comes from this one that you're referring to? What is this? Lumious shards. Maybe that's like secretly worth like bajillions of gold. Need to go through my inventory here and get all this deadly strike mumbo jumbo out of here. Would you suggest that new players start doing daily quests? I mean, the gear's not going to be very helpful, but they might start getting like, Oh, there we go. Even though it's green, retake those. Retake those. We'll see how much that's worth, because I'm hoping that is worth a lot. With my luck, it probably isn't, because, well, you've seen my luck here today. Well, that already known, which means we can sell it. We're going to go price check that one real quick, and then we'll go look at scribing here in just 1 second. See, exactly. If you want something, they won't give it to you. And they know what you want. That's why it's like, it's a proportionality. The more you want something, the less likely you are to get it. But what they do is they can tell like what type of content that you do. The more time you spend in your house, the less likely you are to get leads that are relevant to your house. Like music boxes, they're like, this guy is a housing endgamer. We're going to increase his play time by forcing him to farm 10 times as long to get a music box daily. But we're going to make up to it, and we're going to make him seem lucky on other things that he doesn't want. We'll give him the Oakensoul ring, and you don't even know how to use it. 75,000? That's not bad. I'll probably just throw it up for like 50. Well, definitely do the writs. Yeah, we have writs already. I'm thinking just like DLC dailies, Like, when do you want to start doing those DLC dailies? I guess we could throw this up for like, I saw 48. We'll throw it up for 30 thou wow. 30. Oh, that's 40. That was a sign. Increase it a little bit. All right, let's go. I'm going to open these boxes real quick just to see if I get a deadly dagger, and then I will go to the scribing thing very quickly, just in case I need to list anything up. There's a dagger, baby. Woo! It's where it's like you can get some good rewards, like I was just saying. Like, it's like, but should you, I mean, and the experience is good. When you deconstruct the new armor, you know, you're getting style materials. That's a good point too. Excuse me. Oh my gosh, how many boxes did I purchase? You know, I thought getting a deadly dagger was a good pull. Now I just feel like it's mathematically should have had like 10 at this point. Oh my gosh, no wonder I didn't have any inventory space. What do? I just go to Cyrodiil, and every so often I just spend millions of alliance points on sets. I just leave it in my inventory, I guess. You think that they should start doing the Infinite Archive? By the way, I heard a conspiracy theory, by the way, and it said that if you go... it's powered. I'll throw it up for 100k. Is this worth anything? What is this? 10,000. That's not worth anything. This is not... I don't usually list up items at the vendor itself, too. I just want it to be known that I'm not one of these people, but I'm like already right on top of it. And I need the space, and I don't want to have to go run to the bank. That's why I'm just doing this here happenstancely, because I have 3 Mournhold traders this week, so it's like, well, it saves me from having to run to the bank. I'll just, you know, list up these items as they are here. We'll sell the best traded ones. I'm just trying to be quick, and then I'll show you guys how scribing works. I just hate not having inventory slots. Does anything else come into those brainal compartments, though, for you guys? Anything else that you guys are like, oh, yes, this thing? What was the conspiracy theory? The conspiracy theory was that the game knows what leads you want, so then it doesn't give them to you. So, for example, when a PvP mythic drops, the game clocks your time in Cyrodiil and says, this is a PvP player. We can force them to play the game longer by making them farm doing PvE content for Elite, which is true. I would have probably been done and over farming the Infinite Archive a long time ago if I wasn't forced to go in there to try to get these leads. You said something about it. Oh yeah, it's Infinite Archive. You know, I'm there trying to get the Torque of the Iliad King right inside the Infinite Archive, and so they're, you know, the developers are out here like, look, he spends most of his time in Cyrodiil, so instead of just giving him this PvP lead, we can milk him by making him stay here even longer, because he's gonna keep doing this until he gets it. But what we're going to do to counterbalance it is we're going to give him all these other leads that are worthless. That way he thinks that it all equals out in the end. Did you guys ever try to, back in the day, the Arc's Cornium Fire Staff? Oh. Yeah, but see, the problem with friends is that your friends also have to not drive you crazy. And shout out David, you drive me crazy. I remember farming the Arc's Cornium Fire Staff, and it was the last item that I physically could get out of all of the sets there. And this is before curated drops even existed. So it was like I had rolled for other things multiple times. And now the Medusa set's not even that good. That's the real tragic part. Where am I going? Oh. In my mind, we're about to do a Tuesday vendor review, and I'm about to tell you what scripts you should purchase, but we're not doing that. We're looking at scribing. Now, I don't think I have all of them unlocked, but so there's different ones that you can do, right? So there's Destro, Resto, one hand, two hand, dual wield, bow, soul magic, guild lines, etc. So we'll just pick this one as an example, right? So there's a base for what it does. Pierce the air with a thrill whistle, calling your mount. That actually uses the mount that you have. It tramples your enemy. So we would click this, and then we would pick, like, well, what do we want the focus to be? Do we want the focus to be on some damage? I don't have all the focus scripts, so there are some that are missing. We can make it cause disease damage. We could make it deal physical damage. We could make it deal knockback damage, magical damage, trauma damage. So let's just say we do poison. We're about to have a poisonous mount. You can also see too that this changes the cost from stamina to magicka, you know, etc. And it can also affect how costly it is. Now, I think part of the cost also is affected by the fact that I'm a Breton, but set that to the side. Then we can do other things like sundered effects. We can increase the damage done, so that way as it travels outwards, it increases the damage done. We can make it leave behind caltrops, which is kind of funny. Make it immobilize people. So let's say we wanted to immobilize people. And then we can give ourselves a buff. We can give them a debuff by making them off balance. This is where I think it's better for PvP, because it's like being able to give myself buffs like this is just very helpful. You know, heroism is pretty helpful, especially because you can cast this in an area, and you can just cast this to build up your ultimate very quickly. You don't have to use it on an enemy. You could just use it in an area. Being able to set people off balance stacks pretty well with what classes type to do, and this is just with trample. You could do this with all of them. And so let's say we were using this one. This one I think is the most, the Ulfrid's contingency I think is one of the most commonly tweaked with ones, because you can actually make it into a heal. You can make it into an immobilize. You can make it deal flame damage, you know? So it's like you can literally be like, well, I want to make this a heal. Well, it's like, well, no more heal. Make it deal damage. So it's like this one probably has the most plug and playness. You could give yourself a reduction of damage taken by 8%. Also, very helpful because this is an unnamed buff. 8% damage reduction, that's not nothing. That's a good chunk of change right there. You could make it, you know, give minor breach, but you could also say like, you know, I just want to make myself have an overpowered heal. So I'm going to give myself minor resolve. So I'm getting a heal, a reduction of damage taken, and minor resolve. But here's the other thing is I could make it deal flame damage. Then I could, you know, what else would I want to do? I could, I could linger it. I could linger the fire, so I can make it deal fire to over time, and then I can make it do minor breach. So we just went from like heal to damage, you know, just like that. So that's where it's like there's a lot of ability to change, and I think they said that there's like 40,000 combinations that you can do. But that is with every script possible, but some scripts don't work together. So it's less than 40,000, but it's still a lot. And mostly it's used for PvP. I'm sure that there are some tanking, so like there are some ways you could weave this into a tank, but I don't think it's essential, I would say. From my experience and my conversations with other content creators. But as always, I will say I've never been a tank before in my life. I fake queued as a tank one time to do my normal random daily dungeon, and we got, oh, what dungeon was it? Oh, it was something stupid. It was Lady Thorn. So it was Castle Thorn. And I remember I had to slap on, I think I still have it leveled up. I had to slap on Inner Fire for this one. I was like, I'm gonna be the tank. I slapped on, where is it? Undaunted. I slapped on Inner Fire. You can see, slightly leveled up. Like, I slapped it on there, and I Inner Fired, and I was taunting and, you know, doing all sorts of stuff, you know, just staying alive. I was literally just sitting there spamming Inner Fire and the shield. Inner Fire and the shield. Just, you know, pop, 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 pop. I have not fake tanked queued in a long time. I don't do it anymore. I'm sorry. I don't want to offend people by, you know, being a bad influence. I don't think that people should fake queue. But we all make mistakes. And sometimes we just want to get a little bit of transmute crystals, and we'll do bad things to get those transmute crystals. So I'm sorry. Is there anything else that you guys want me to show you, by the way? You had asked a question too about, is the new class good? Arcanist is very good for PvE. I would say it's probably best in slot for most PvE content. But PvP wise, I think the Arcanists aren't as good. I think with the Necro, the tankiness that they have now because of their new passive changes is pretty good. They're not even in the top 3 for PvP right now. Getting dragged into a vet dungeon at level 40 with a group, it was not fun. They told me I would be all right. I was the tank. Oh god. I mean, depending on the dungeon, you know, it's not impossible. It's just, you know, not ideal, suboptimal, as the kids say. It's also crazy that it's 1 a.m. when I'm streaming ESO. What a day. Some of our maces sold. That was good. Like all of the maces that we had sold. I probably undervalued those, but I needed the inventory. Yeah, and I don't want to say they're not bad. I don't want to say that they're bad, right? Arcanists are not bad, but let's not pretend that there's not, like, my sorcerer right now. Look at this. I heal for 8,000 and I give myself a damage shield. You know, like I'm a cooker with this thing. Also, I'm using Death Dealer's feat, so like my stats aren't even as high as they could be. Like, so many classes are just OP right now that you have to really be really good for PvP, in my opinion, to be succeeding right now in PvP. Unbuffed with no battle spirit, we have 56.5k magicka, 29.3k health, 23k stam, and that only gets higher once we're in combat. So like you can just get, this is just a sorcerer. The necromancers were just buffed, dragon knights were just buffed. Yeah, I mean but the arcanist shields aren't as good as the sorcerer shield, and the skill burstiness that like the sorcerer has, the arcanist doesn't have. So like, to me, if for PvP, the arcanist is just a worse sorcerer, in my opinion. And I don't think that doesn't mean it's bad. It just means that it's not in the top 4 best classes. It's probably like 5th, you know. Where would you, so for PvP, where would you guys put the Arcanist? So there's how many classes? Like, I can't count. I'm gonna have to like Google it because I can't count out loud. Yeah, so classes 7. So there's 7 classes. Where would you put the Arcanist for PvP? I would say it's probably 4th right now. I was thinking like rating versus the other ones. So like Soupy, like would you put it like, I think I'd put it 4th. Yeah, so sorcerers are unique because a lot of people build sorcerers like you would build a Dragon Knight or a Warden. You build sorcerers with stats, in my opinion. So, and the number one reason for this is literally this little thing called Harden Ward. Harden Ward is crazy right now. Do you notice that Harden Ward is my heal? It's my heal and my damage shield. I don't need to spam Twilight Matriarch. I don't need to spam a Resto Staff ability. I can be getting hit by multiple people, and this one ability will keep me alive to an unhealthy degree. And you'll notice that its power is scaled off your max health or magicka, but it's capped to your 72% of your max health. This is important because a lot of people build sorcerers with spell damage. You don't build a sorcerer with spell damage. You build them with magicka and health. Just trust me. Exactly. Sorks have been probably low or high B tier, low A tier for a long time. They've not been S plus tier for the longest time. I'm going to bed, but thanks for showing me. Also, I'm going to, sorry, it's a message is moving. Also, I'm going to wait till the DLC is on sale since I don't have it. Would you recommend a new player to wait for a sale for the DLC? I don't know. I guess. I don't know. I guess it just depends. Like, I buy DLCs when they come out just because I like to participate right away. But I do that for ESO. I don't do that for other games, you know? Like, when Fallout 76 comes out, like, if I'm not going to be playing it a lot, I don't buy the Battle Pass, you know? So I don't know. Have I done a build video? I did a build video for a Sorcerer a long time ago that was 45 minutes long, and it broke down everything. It's a great video. But it is a bit outdated because they tweaked the passives to be better. Basically, the only change that I would make from that video to this video is, I can show you too. I'm in the gear right now. So I use Crafty Alfiq. I ran out of poisons. Hang on. Crafty Alfiq with Crown Lethal Poisons, just your your traditional poisons. Resto Staff back bar. I sometimes feel like I may want to switch to an ice staff. There's nothing wrong with an ice staff. There's nothing wrong with, Resto Staff. It's just flavorful. Ironically, the reason I like the lightning and the Resto Staff, easier to heavy attack. I like Roxas the Warped Guys. So this is basically Death Dealer's Feat if it gave you recoveries, health, mag, stam. That's important because there's 3 ways to kill people in ESO. There's three main ways. You can either A, surprise them, B, burst them, or C, you can wear them down resource wise. And a lot of people think that surprise and burst are the same things. They're not. To me, a surprise is like, I'm, looking off into the distance and I get shot in the back and I'm dead before I even have time to activate my abilities, right? That's surprise. You see it with Nightblade. Sometimes you could be surprised because you might get hit by like a shock lancer that you're not expecting, whatever. You get stunned before you're able to react or do anything. Burst is like we're punching each other, right? And we're hitting each other. Let's say we both have 100 hit points. Let's say it's like, Pokemon, right? Every time, reuse tackle on each other or whatever Pokemon move is popular, we do 10 damage. So we're like 90 health, 80 health, 70 health. So then, I'll use a potion, heal myself back to 100. You heal yourself back to 100. But then burst is like, instead of doing 10 damage, you do 50 damage. And I'm like, oh, shit, And then you do 50 damage right after it immediately. That's burst. You think that you're gauging how hard your opponent's hitting you, and then bam, they activate their procs, they activate everything, and then boom, you're able to kill them. I feel like I missed out on a bit on all the stuff you would want to be on one day. Good night. I think I missed out on all the stuff you would want to be on one day. Yeah, I mean, like, and if you have any questions, too, put it in Discord, and I'd be more than happy to answer any questions that you might have or any things that you guys would want to talk about. I'm just explaining the Sorcerer build and also, like, how PvP generally works. Now, a lot of people build burst with their sets, right? So they may use a perfect example. It's very easy to understand. Clever Alchemist. Clever Alchemist gives you an increase to weapon and spell damage when you drink a potion in combat. Super easy. So we're punching each other. Bam, bam, bam. You drink a potion. Now you're like, oh, bam. Now I'm like, oh, fuck. That hurt a lot more than it normally does. That's how you can burst people to death. But you can also burst people with skills. And sorcerers are very primed to do this. That their Haunting Curse, Mage's Fury, Crystal Frag, they all have the ability to be comboed and then burst upon people very quickly. So that's why I build my sorcerers stat-wise, so that way you have the ability to utilize these bursts very quickly. That being said, this is a great monster set. It gives you the ability to not get worn down, because a lot of times as a sorcerer, you're going to be mobily in the fight, and you're going to be using your resources quite a bit. Streak can be expensive. Roll dodging, expensive. Blocking, expensive. Being able to utilize your resources for longer, significantly better for you. Oh, welcome to the Discord, Jeff. And then I use 2-piece Druid. That gives you some Magicka and health. We got Roxas again. Then we got Belt of the Trainee, which you'll also notice 2-piece is that's health and Magicka. These are, by the way, one of the only sets outside of monster sets that give you a 1 and a 2-piece. Most things just give you a 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the sets that give you, outside of that. That's why I like them. Crafty Alfiq, that's the main 5-piecer, just straight Magicka. If we have the Trainee again, Crafty Alfiq. I triuned these. I unironically may change these back to just Magicka and or health or Bloodthirsty, but I've noticed that I've just not needed to use Bloodthirsty. But I do notice that sometimes I have well more stamina than I need. I can roll dodge well more than I need to as a sorcerer. I could block more. So I could probably switch, I could rotate between health and Magicka on these, but I haven't done that yet. And then we have Death Dealer's Feet, which is it's just good. I can show you how high it gets. We'll go to a training dummy here real quick. I love the Sorcerer. I'm glad that they're like brokenly overpowered right now. I hope that they don't get nerfed into the ground, but I have experimented with dozens of sets for Sorcerers. If probably even more than that. I keep lots of Sorcerer sets just on my person at a given time. This is a full Magicka build, yeah. And people also sometimes forget that having more Magicka means that your Magicka abilities will deal more damage. I guess it's kind of split between Magicka and health. But like another thing too is so say you're like, not using by the way, for those of you who came and visited my house, thank you for visiting. Hopefully, stays recommended. I named my house just YouTube Jake Clips. That's because I'm like, maybe people will come visit, and they have been. Because sometimes I sit AFK at my house and I'm like scripting a video, and as people will just walk in, and I'm like, oh, it works. Like the people just walk on in, huh? Where's a dummy? Oh my gosh, people are closing my doors. I guess that probably want them to be closed anyway. I'll get the stacks built all the way up here. Oh yeah, stats is just all Magicka. But before I got tangentized, I was going to mention too that like you can switch your Mundus. Like if you're not getting to a minimum health threshold, which to me, I'm getting to my minimum health threshold through Death Dealer's Feet. You can see it's slowly building and building and building. So if I wasn't getting to at least 30 to 32,000 health, I would be changing my Mundus Stone, or I would be changing my attribute points. Sorry to make sure I don't want to miss your messages here. No, keep aggroing them, you hooligan. Sorry, I keep attacking and like keeps un-aggroing them. What set skills drains resources in 1 second? What do you mean? And every 100 points of mag is 10 points of spell damage. Exactly. And it all stacks really nice and well too. I mean, look at this front bar here. I mean, we're getting up to what are we're gonna finish out at? It should be 60k. 60k Magicka is a lot of Magicka. That's a lot of Magicka to do. I mean, look at this shield right here. That's a big juicy shield. Oh, now we're losing it again. I named my Storm Atronach Gustav. Like what? But this is unironically one of the better sorcerer sets that I've used, and I've used a lot. I have a lot. This is just all the stabs that I've used throughout my day. a lot of stabs and restos, and like you can see chess piece wise, you know, we have tried literally all crafty, druid, iron blood, armor master, moon hunter, new moon acolyte, perfected Psi, mother sorrow, necropotence. Like we have done them all. You know, I have done the experimentation. In PvP, that's how I get destroyed. Well, so here's the other. If you are you a sorcerer? Because here, let me show you something. We're gonna build these stacks up again. I'm just gonna sit here and press RT because if I don't, I'll forget. And then I'll lose my stacks. The nice thing is when you're in PvP, you're like indefinitely in combat. And a secret nice little bonus about when you're always in combat in PvP is that when your stacks start to decrease, then you can mount. You know when you can mount again. It's incredible. So boom, boom, boom. We are getting our stacks up. And look, you can see 1319, 1206, and 1020. Now that will be different with Battle Spirit. Our health recovery won't be as high. But let's say I pop a potion, you know, getting those temporary buffs. Look at our recov. 1614 magicka recovery, 1269 stamina recovery. We ain't ever running out of resources with this set. Yeah, overcasting is another big thing too. Like, you know, sometimes people, especially sorcerers, we have a tendency to streak, right? Not on soccer fields and, you know, in places we shouldn't, you know, just normal streaking. And every time you streak, it costs more and more to do. And a lot of times I notice sorcerers when I'm like, you know, giving advice to sorcerers is that if you do it too often, I've literally just gone through 40,000 magicka and just that little burst there. But hear me out. That roll dodge took 10% and then I immediately gained 5% back and then 10% back. I can roll dodge. I can take a break. I can use columns to block people's attacks and then I can roll dodge around, or I can then move by roll dodging past this other one. You can see that you can cover quite a bit of distance with a roll dodge and a block. And using, this is why people use the environment, is that you can block attacks with the environment and you can use this to keep yourself from getting hit. And also remember too that as a sorcerer, you can still get quite a bit of speed ups by using your other stuff as well too, such as your lightning form, which will also give you access to, is that minor whatever, I'm drawing a blank, minor resolve, I think. Where is it? Minor expedition and major resolve, excuse me. And then while you've got this, you have minor resolve and minor protection, so you can stack all of this stuff together. And thank you for the house compliment. And how's it going, Mr. Boss Master Gaming? Yeah, I was looking at other Panther Fang chapels. Not a lot of people have it decorated. I think you just really start to struggle with total amount of space here. This is one of my favorite rooms. When people say that housing is not the true end game of ESO, I point out this and I tell them that I literally got these Elder Scrolls. I literally became a 5-star general for PvP just for these Elder Scrolls. I know you're on Xbox, so it's not you, but let me tell you, them dang DC tower humpers on PlayStation drive me crazy. They do it so much they perfected using the building against us. If you get a chance, can you post your gears and skills? Yeah, I can make a video on it too. It probably would be helpful just because sorcerers are so prominent right now. Little updated sorcerer video, you know, where you can even go to Cyrodiil. I wonder what Cyrodiil's like right now. What's Greyhost like? Oh, fresh slate. Look at this. The war's ended. Oh, we're cooking right now. Oh my goodness gracious. Well, we're good at, you know, we'll go show off the build. Not just because we're cooking, although I don't know how much conflict there's going to be this late at night. I have also experimented with Gaze of Sithis. And I will say Gaze of Sithis does something very similar and is also very effective. I wonder where we're attacking. I am also still working on the website. I guess we're attacking Blue Road Keep because there's 6 siege there. I am still working on the website though. It just takes a while because I'm not good at website. I'm trying to think of a graceful way to say it. I suck at website development is the easiest way to describe it. Also, whoever was saying that you're not good at resource management, make sure you're using tripods. Being able to just use these bad boys and use them, you know, don't use them like David, right? David, every time he drinks a potion, he thinks to himself, that potion was like 10 gold in value. And I just lost 10 gold in value in this PvP fight. He like thinks that. Mind you, Dave has millions of gold. So for Dave to go bankrupt using tri-stat potions, which he will continue to acquire for free by logging into the game, would take him like years of wealth depreciation. Don't be like David. Just use potions. God bless him, though. His favorite set's in store, though. Red Mountain. I've also been testing out quite a few defensive sets to make a video on I'm gonna type X2 just so I see where the conflict is. So what are you guys? Just stopping by? Looking at me, huh? What's PvP? I'd like to know how it works. Oh, go! Oh, goodness! You know, we're talking about surprise damage. There you go. You like walk through your horse into the middle of a conflict, but you see how you just get so much health just right back. Yeah, exactly. Like you can be pretty. I have 1.7k on me, and I have significantly more in other places. One of the best, like, unironic ways to see that? There we go. Got a kill. You see that guy, that Nightblade? Surprise. Just out of stealth. He's gonna go back into stealth, but he's gonna get popped out because we hit him with Daedric Curse. Oh, he got back in too quickly. But you can see though, you can surprise people with your skills. See, we had that guy cursed and we hit him with a crystal frag at once. We made him back up because you see how effective that damage output is. That's really your goal when you're in PvP. Is you have to kill people through one of those 3 methods. Surprise, that's your Nightblade, your bombers, you know. You got burst. That could be pretty much any class can do burst in different ways, either through sets, through skills. And the third way is like just depleting them. That's like your 1v1 builds or your 1vx. Can I do scribing? Videos for scribing skill for PvE. When you say PvE, do you mean like tanking, healing, solo, dungeon? Like what are you describing? Oh, that's a lot of reds. Oh no. Oh boys. This instructional video might be cut short over on this portion of the field. Woo! Oh yeah, they're all coming. They're coming. That's a lot of reds. I thought that guy's name was NordVPN. It's actually NordPron. That's for some reason I read it as NordVPN. Which, by the way, I've never been sponsored by a VPN. I unironically think that VPNs are not good sponsors. I think that they overhype what they do quite a bit. We have blues to the south. I'm wondering if we are down here more. Have you tried running Chuden? Yes. I like the idea of Chuden, right? I like it a lot. But what I dislike about Mighty Chuden is the fact that you can't use another monster set. I like its defensiveness, but to me, this is such a helpful skill, especially because the speed that you get from it is also very helpful. Like even when you're not running, you're pretty quick around the battlefield. I've just never really liked it. Yeah, I mean, like, VPNs are always like, do you want to switch your country? And it's like, do I need to do that? Like, is that helpful? Is that like something I should be focused on? Like needing to change my country around? Is this a yellow ball group? Who are these people? Good night, Jake. I'll see you later, Irish. Oh my holy enemies. All right, well, a lot of hoopla going on here, as the kids say. See that too right away? You get hit by a Daedric Curse and a Mage's Fury at the same time. That's burst. You thought that he was good to go in stealth? You know, you just hit him with a little bursty poo. Now, situations like these are what I call hopeless, which is hopeless. It's French, probably. And you know, sometimes you just want to put up a bit of a good fight, and that's about all we can hope for in this situation. Because now the Reds are not even being sieged, so they literally can just come at us at full strength and keep respawning indefinitely, which is not ideal. They can, if anyone that re-kill can just immediately come back. Yeah, it is. Mage's Fury is unironically my favorite execute in the game. I did not think that I hit that person with that. I thought I launched the meteor into that group of people. I wonder if they like moved or how that happened. Also weird too, because generally if there's like a group of people that's fighting, you generally want to kill the group that's larger. You see that though? Attacked by multiple people at once, just use the shield and just kind of meander away. Now I'm just trying to think is there any other blues? There's more to like the south, I have no idea. This is one of those awkward situations. The guy just AFK. No, they're not AFK, they're just chilling. How's it going, Chief? Oh, they're gonna fight each other. Oh, he's hitting me. I wasn't even attacking you. I was just like, oh, you know, this guy's just watching. I was just gonna let him watch. That's kind of rude. I was like, you know, somebody comes out, attacks him. Now he's gonna attack me. Whoa. He resurrected the camp like everybody else. There you go. There's your delayed execute in effect. Oh, this is what we call the lag switch. It's essential for endgame PvP. It's where you lag everybody, then you just dot everybody, you know, all at once. And no idea if it's getting registered or what's going on. Oh my gosh, am I gonna crash? Am I still streaming? My internet out? Oh. Oh. This is what happens when you fight people. They take you offline. That's wild. I'm streaming. Oh, now we're gonna get the unexpected error. I don't even think that was lag. That was just like, you're gone. Like, you're out of here. I will also be transparent. I actually think the majority of YouTube sponsors are scams. That's why I don't take very many. Like, for example, Better Health is, you know, a scam, you know, pretty much. Like, I don't know a graceful way to phrase that, but like, basically a scam. They lied about what they were doing and how effective they were and what they offered. That one where you have to like pay for bids is a scam. Oh shoot, we're about to be attacked here. What the heck? Who's shooting? What the heck? Why? Why is our encampment being shot by a red? It just, I'm like, what is happening? Is he up here? I was a sneaky boy. Oh, those sponsors, I'll give you some context, right? If you're a big content creator, let's say you make like Warhammer content, right? You know, that's kind of one of the dreams that I've always wanted to do is make Warhammer lore videos. It's because of how over the top it is, right? Use them as an example. And you get like 100,000, 200,000 views on a video or something like that, you know, maybe a couple 100,000. You're probably getting, and because mind you, they do it on multiple videos, probably $3,000 to $5,000 for an ad integration. They may say, hey, put this on 3 videos. You probably are getting $3,000 to $5,000 if that's how big you are, you know, and all you're doing is saying, use this service. And then, you know, that's it. That's, you know. What the heck? Actually, unironically, I can't tell you exact. I actually took a Raid Shadow Legends sponsorship. I can't tell you how much they paid me, but it's not as much as you would think. Raid Shadow Legends is not a money thrower company that people assume that it is. I think what Raid Shadow Legends does well though is that you know what you're getting. It's a mobile game, you know, like it's a mobile game. It's not like that scammy one where it's like you have to pay for bids or get this guy out of here. Hey. Hey. He's wiry. He's fast. That's a Dragon Knight. They use stealth pots? What in the heck? That is surprising. So there, see, you get killed by surprise. You think you're fighting a Nightblade, and it's not a Nightblade. That could be lethal, you know, in this day and age. And or you're trying to bar swap, and the game is not letting you bar swap. I'm just confused too why he's like throwing things at the inside of this keep. Like he's like shooting the inside of the wall. Wow. See, there you go. That's burst again though. Knockdown. Oh, he's trying to off balance. I actually hate fighting Dragon Knights. It's like one of my least favorite classes to fight against. Just because of how much how beefy. Oh my holy leg. I'm about to get knocked off again. But you can see though, even with, you know, like a powerful Dragon Knight hitting me, I could still just easily use the shield and just keep repeating this process over and over again. We're gonna try to do is get all the dots on. Oh, never mind, he's leaving. Oh, it's because the second person came over. I was just saying, my plan was this another surprise that I have in the tool belt is see the thing is like I'm not really worried about dying, and even if I would die, because there's no consequences till I can respawn here. Normally you would want to maintain distance, but you're trying to keep, he's a stealth Dragon Knight, so you're trying to keep him from, you're trying to keep an eye on him. Like, here he is. Oh my goodness. That is a fast boy. I just don't know what his goal is. And like, what's the end game here? What I was going to try to do is basically get his health to about 75%, then use Meteor, then stun him. I think the biggest mistake I made the first time is I used Meteor when he had full health. That was probably a mistake. Yeah, fucking A. He's using the coward's gear. He's fucking dipping. What should I do to make cash? I think, unironically, if you have gold rope, just do the quest and sell your Luminous Ink. Your Luminous Ink will sell pretty decently. And there's really no downside to selling Luminous Ink. You can do it zone chat. People generally need it. It's not, like, controversial, you know? No, he healed. Oh, you see, he healed himself from full. Let's see, I messed it up. He knew. He's healing himself all the way up. His negate bubble? Oh, how could he do a negate bubble? I'm talking silliness. What we're going to do is we're going to whittle him down by destroying all of his ballistas one at a time. If this is what he's going to keep doing. I feel like that should have still hit, even though he went the stealth. That's how we get him, champs. By the way, I watched Dr. Disrespect's newest videos. Calling people champs just feels so weird. My brother, I don't know if you have the capacity to, oh, that's some lag. The other option I could try to do too is to negate bubble him as well. Yeah, even he's like, man, this fucking sucks. That's because it's true. I mean, the Sorcerer's shield is OP. Oh, there's another guy coming too. And another ballista bites to dust. Oh my gosh, he's just going to give us another one. My contribution to the war effort is just taking out all these ballistas. I mean, he's been in this keep for who knows how long. There are quite a few alliances that work together, and it just seems like one of those things where like they work together until they don't work together, and then, you know, they go back and forth. I was trying to make this like a helpful, instructional, like, you know, video, but it's really just come down to destroying all of this one guy's siege weapons, you know, just taking them all down. This one guy in particular who's just... This keep must have been owned by his guild, you know, now he's just hell-bent on taking it back. Yeah, there are sets that you can sell consistently too. The only problem is, Nicholas, that they're a brand new player, so they probably don't have access to the majority of sets yet. It's going to be the problem that they have. Okay, there's quite a few reds outside. Okay, we might get ourselves a nice little scrap hay. Might get some action over here. Yeah, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. The only problem is that hit that guy? I can't hit that guy. It's got a little silly goose. He put his siege weapons in whacking range. My brother in Christ. You already know that you can't kill me. Yet he's just like, at this point, you know, it's just, he's just dipping. Actually, we might get him here. He's very confident, and he's got the fury on him. Oh, he's dropping down. He's dropping down. Oh no, he might be out of. Oh no! Oh, there it is. There it is. The man, the Drake Low Haunter himself, has been defeated. The Drake Low Harrower. Is this my main? I guess technically this is not the first character I've ever used before. It's probably just the one that I had the most fun on. Oh, that was poor timing on my part. I should have dropped the meteor when he was closer to the wall. You can see too, these sorcerers, we just, you know, re-whack. And then, you know what? Boom. Look at that heal. Boom. Heal. Boom. You know? These guys are getting healed by like 15 people, and I'm over here just like, allow me to use my hardened ward here real quick. Ah! Get knocked off this wall. Put those reds back into their home. We're really not putting in a defense up here. Another red inside. I really thought there was a red up here. I was about to be like, is there another one in here this whole time? Did he put a respawn camp inside the keep? I was about to be flabbergasted. Crystal Frags is unironically also pretty good for burst too, just because you can usually sometimes get it to go pretty quickly. Come on, Trap. Ah! Damn, thought I could get Trap. Not a whole lot of blues defending. I mean, it's kind of not really a helpful keep. Oh yeah, it's because they're trying to take Blue Road Keep where the Elder Scroll is. This is just more of a vanity project over here than anything. Not dealing enough, not getting enough burst. We're so close, you know? If I had Meteor, we probably would be able to Meteor one of these guys out. That wall is down. We probably should go inside. Yeah. There's really not a lot of people even putting oil pots or anything down here either. Everyone's just like, yeah, well, whatever. Well, welcome, Dottie. Wait, Dottie. I feel like haven't you been here before? Or does somebody have the exact same emblem as you? Maybe, no, I think Linus has the exact same emblem as you. I watch another YouTuber who has like a popular, like his followers will say, first time watching the stream, like every stream, like every single time, even though they're there like, you know, dozens of times. And so I was like, am I being punked? Actually, you know, we're getting some kills down there. Let me go down and join the fight down here. I am also now realizing that I'm not a stage 3 vampire. So you remember how we were fighting and boxing a Dragon Knight, just eating it to the face, and then just, you know, coming back with with the shield? We would have been even harder to kill if we had our Undeath perk on right now, but we don't have that on at the minute. Oh yeah, nice try. I almost just ulted a Blast Bones. That would have been really embarrassing, and I would have probably had to log off. Oh, you thought. Don't get killed by a warden. Oh my gosh, you're getting executioner striked. Call an ambulance, but not for me. Oh, well, call the ambulance for me. We got bombed. See? That's what we were saying about vicious death. One of the guys decides next to you to die. Well, guess what? Now you've just taken 10,000 damage. That's the problem with, that's why, unironically, one of the best ways to kill people is surprise. I went to your streams all the time on YouTube, but it's always 2 to 3 hours ago, 3 hours ago, a day ago. I really like your weekly vendors. It's helped me a lot. Well, thank you. Hopefully, the golden vendor is fixed sometime in the near future because it needs a little TLC. Vampire is still good, yes, for PvP. So it used to almost be like 70% of the player base is a vampire for PvP. Now it's probably closer to like 40%-ish. So like it used to be like super common. You'd see it everywhere. Now it's just more so like, it's there. Oh, we could be getting, oh, we're missing the big fight. Boys, we're gonna get to Robeck. Oh, but they just dropped their, never mind, they dropped a respawn camp. We can't just abandon. Wait, is this the front door? It's probably not the way I want to go in. It's all right. They're not expecting anyone to enter through the front door. They would never suspect that anyone would be so bold as to do that. Hey, there you go. Even while fully rooted, you can still just boop right on through. I want a different helmet, but I don't know which to switch to. It's a good question. What do you notice you needing the most that you're running out of? What's so say yeah, stage 3 vampire is still good. It's not as like essential, probably is the best way to describe it. Well, I was gonna say, aren't you like the type of combat that you're doing? You're probably, yeah, health is probably gonna be your number one like struggle bus thing. Is that? There's no way that that's. Is this lag or is that out of range? It's like half like it's like you want to use this ability, and I'm like yes, and it's like no, thank you. Ugh. That's so disappointing. It's so disappointing when they're just outside the execute range, and then they go back and they heal. Disappointing. Yeah, I guess you could just switch to do more crit damage too, but then it's like Slime Crawl would be the best one for that. I am also pressing other buttons besides LB. And it's just like, would you like to use it again? That's the really annoying thing about input delay is like you trying to do a combo and the combo just becomes a wumbo. And I don't want to just wumbo. I want to use multiple skills, you know? If I, like, there's no Daedric Curse on that guy, you know? There should be a Daedric Curse in addition to these other things because I'm pressing the buttons that I should be pressing. Oof, oh, they're getting in. Oh, no. Here we get some guys on the oil pots. Ooh. This is not looking ideal. But we do have some tools up our sleeves to try to get some people. Oh, and it didn't even go off. Well, we tried to use our negate ult, but it did not go, which is not good. As you want to use an ultimate, you want it to be used. So, not ideal when it just doesn't go off. I don't know. The game's been real laggy recently in Cyrodiil. But maybe it's just always been like that sometimes. Maybe it's just because I'm playing it, you know, also late at night, and there's also 3-way fights at some of these places too. But we crashed earlier too, which is just odd. I don't usually crash on anything. But yeah, Negate is another really good ultimate that I think is highly slept on, especially with how many people are playing Sorcerers right now. You would think you would see more Negate bubbles just because there's such a, you know, common way to surprise people, but everyone just seems to favor like other mythics, or not mythics, fucking ultimates. Mythics. If you're using the full monster set, you could try Balorgs too, or some people use Malagina, but that's a bit outdated for just a damage increase. And this is a perfect example of, unironically, why I like Battlegrounds more, is that we just ran all the way to this fight over here, and the fight is over. We've missed it. Granted, now we might get to, you know, be the riders of Rohan and, you know, be the, you know, deciding factor at Robeck here. But we just ran all this way for nothing. Yeah, I unironically love theory crafting for PvP because it feels more impactful, because for PvE, it's just, well, what is the best in slot damage that you can do while standing still? That's just what it is. There's no like, oh, well, I'm going to use this experimental. No, they don't care about any of that. It's just, what is the best? That's what I think that gets lost often, is that PvP is not as boring as PvE, where you know, can't theory craft. You know, there are plenty of people who can theory craft for PvE that are just going to find whatever is the most maximum amounts of damage per second. Oh, they're not going to peek anymore now, are they? That is so ballsy that there's 3 of them peeking at half health. Come on, let me ult them. Let me use my meteor, please. Just 1 meteor. 1 little tiny meteor. I don't even care that I'm being hit by like 6 people. Yes! Oh, that's why I fucking love meteor sometimes. I used to be a Dawnguard or a Dawnbreaker believer, and I still kind of am. I think Dawnbreaker is a really good ultimate, but man, meteor slept on. Especially because when it lands on people, people next to them get hit by it, and they don't even pay attention. I don't know how true that one is, because everyone told me that my sets would not work together, and they're working just fine. Yeah, I mean, I think that just generally, though, theory crafting is different for PvP, you know? Because there's more variables. Like, and because of that, like, when you're in PvE, really your only goal is to just deal damage, right? So you don't need to even worry about most of the other variables at play. You can just focus on one variable. Well, if I just focused on damage as a sorcerer, I get fucking massacred. I had to focus on sustain, damage, skill builds, you know, like, you know, how my skill's gonna work with my resources, you know, do I want to be a vampire? A lot of those decisions you don't have to make for PvE. You know, like, you don't have to make decisions like, do I want to be a vampire? Not really ever going to come up for PvE. You know, here it's like an actual decision that you have to make. Man, these peekers are so confident. I just want to get one of them. Am I permanently debuffed, or am I just constantly getting the same debuff? I guess it was the same debuff. That's good. I was afraid that I had the infinite, like... That's also the dangers of a bad input delay, is sometimes you might be streaking when you don't want to streak, and that can lead to some shenanigans. I have on multiple occasions streaked off of a cliff, and I did just that again. Oh my gosh. I think that's because I was talking about it. In my mind, I was like, you want to streak, you're talking about it. So a lot of people don't know that you can hit people through these graters like that. Like, you can still shoot right through these. I don't know the science behind it. I guess in theory, I don't know why it wouldn't work. I'm literally calling lightning down on people, and I'm shooting little magical balls through the grater. So it should work, but I don't know if it's intended to work like that. But, you know, important to know. Yeah, you can toss a bunch of stuff up there too, AoEs and stuff. And people, that's usually right where they put their oil pots, which is convenient. Is that a guy using a ranged build with 42k health? What a man. That is a lot of yellows coming from the side, though. Do I want to go in or out? I did not pay attention to how many blues went in there, so I don't know if it's better for me to be an innie or an outie right now. I don't know. I'll just be that guy that just focuses on reses while I figure this out. I'm getting hit from somewhere. One of the things I dislike about the game, and I don't know why it needs to be like this, is when you resurrect one person, why can't you resurrect another? They are setting up a bomb. It looks like, be my guess. Alright, we're gonna go upstairs now. I don't want to get bombed, and I can feel it coming. I can feel the bomb coming. I can feel it. I don't want it. I don't consent to being bombed. What's this guy doing? Just chilling up here, huh? Get down there. The person just pulled somebody. Is this what kind of build is that guy using? Sometimes, too, I think the harder thing for PvP, too, to people to recognize is, like, what are people trying to do, right? everybody is in Cyrodiil to kill people, realistically, obviously. If you weren't, I don't know why you, well, maybe some people just want rewards tier 1. If you're not in Cyrodiil to kill people, you know, what is your goal? Like, what builds are you running to kill people? You know, what sets, what skills? You know, that's the hardest part about PvP, is trying to recognize what other players are doing. And that kind of goes into the burst mentality, is like, well, you know, how are they trying to burst me? You know, what are they trying to do? We gotta kill that guy. I like seeing my name in zone chat. It makes me feel good inside about myself. Didn't get that one off the Mage's Fury, which is kind of sad. Other thing you should try to do too is fix the doors. Fun fact: enemies can't go through areas that are fixed because there's a, you know, a wall there, and that helps keep them out. Here they kick names and take ass. Exactly. That's all I care about, is seeing my name in chat. But that's the hardest part, is pattern recognition for PvP, because everybody is here to kill people. So the assumption is that everybody here is competent in some fashion, right? And so because of that, you have to try to like in Greyhost especially, I think it's better to try to start recognizing what people are doing. That way you know what you're facing. You know, is somebody going to try to pull you or bomb you? Is this guy under the map? Oh my god, he's meshing? He's meshing? Oh my god, can we tick him? That is crazy. What? I've never seen that. Zenimax, he's under the map. Get this guy out of here. I think if he logs out and logs back in, he'll probably be fine. Imp was my goal. I got it. It then bored me to play it because that grind killed me. It had me falling asleep in my chair some nights. Oh yeah, it'll do that. That's why I'm hoping that there's like a new battleground system with some tiers or leagues. You know, like even if I'm like I don't think I'm the greatest. I'm probably in the top like 20%. You know, I can do decent stuff. And if I'm using like super meta broken builds, I can, you know, kill people with super meta broken builds. But like, I feel like Battlegrounds just needs better rewards. I think PvP in general needs better rewards, but Battlegrounds especially, because Battlegrounds is such a cool concept, you know? I need to make a scroll runner build. I need those furnishings. Well, I mean, you just gotta get a bunch of alliance points. That's all you need. Valandrone was the annoying one, and it just came down to the fact that I really wanted Valandrone, right? And when you want something, the game doesn't give it to you. So I just had to not want it, and then I got Valandrone, and then I used the ult of it, and I got a bunch of kills, and then you get the achievement. It's crazy too that when you get Valandrone, that's not enough for the achievement. Getting it is not enough. You have to actually wield it and kill people with it, which, you know, wasn't hard, I guess, but like stressful because I'm like far away, because I picked it up like from one of the places. So I'm like, fuck, I gotta go find people to kill. I don't know. You just have to get to a 5-star general, Kelsey. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it's just 5-star general. We already got this one. Why don't I run it over here? Rally, it's like Rally Cry, Wretched Vitality, and Seducer, right? Is that the most meta broken thing, or did that get changed in 43 at all? Rally Cry, Wretched Vitality, Seducer. Is that like is that the sauce? Did somebody confirm the sauce or not? Is that what they use for the nugs? Is those sets? Yeah, Battlegrounds have been around since Vardenfell. Let that sink in. And there's still just not like, it's crazy. Is this guy like coming out of the ground? Look at this guy. It'd be kind of funny if he was like capturing the flag. Oh my god, he's dying. This poor guy probably wants to die. Should we kill him though? Like, This is one less guy we have to worry about, you know? Poor guy. I was using liquid lightning. He was probably just doing it to help out that. Oh my god, I had literally had a mission to capture the farm, and I went to the not farm. What's the Macabre set like? Yeah, I think people are running it. It seems popular. Not necessarily my cup of tea, you know, but I also generally do PvP, so. And I play a sorcerer, so like my builds, you know, the sauce for a sorcerer is just different than all the other classes. Like, you really, I mean, like a sorcerer certainly could use those meta sets, but like I don't think it would be as effective as like what I'm doing right now. I literally don't even need a heal. I mean, you just use the shield. We've not died from a situation except getting bombed. And then, you know, I missed the old Plague Break. I don't know why they needed to change Plague Break. Also, fun tip, right? So if you see the top compass set destination, right? You see those outlines on the flags. If you see a blue outline, that means that there's Daggerfall Covenant people on that flag. Just an important little thing. If now you see that there's another flag like in the distance with no outline, that means there's just nothing on the flag. So no guards, no nothing. Now it's white, that means it's contested. Because it went from blue to white. It's contested. It's food for thought. Little tippy poos here for the peoples. So there's probably some yellows here, which I'm hoping there is, because I didn't want to run here for funsies. I noticed that the guards are like 10 times harder to kill. Well, the guards in all the cities are invincible. Sorry, crack. It's like 2 a.m. I don't know why I'm streaming this late, but I drink coffee late at night, so I'm just kind of rolling with it. Well, there's fighting of some sort going on over here. Is this like a PvP tank? Oh, it's a sorcerer. I'm like, why is this person able to tank this much? Okay. Alright, we are going to activate a wombo combo on them. We're gonna wait for them to get a little confident and then resilence them. See? You can't full heal yourself if you get silenced. So all you need to do, it's crazy, because like to get a kill, you just need to prevent them from doing one action. If they just hit this, if they just hit their shield button one time, boom. They're alive. They're probably streaking away. You just keep them from doing that one input, dead. That's the surprise, baby. In Cyrodiil, I don't know. I guess I don't notice, but I also don't kill guards a lot in Cyrodiil. All right, Jacob, falling asleep. Have a good rest of your stream, and I'll catch you again later. See, sir, I mean. See you later, Jeff. Thanks for joining the Discord. Thanks for staying out so late, everybody, too. Is this where we should start doing the daily quests inside of inside of Greyhost? Can you imagine a stream where I just do the daily quests inside of Cyrodiil? What a stream. I would probably get stream sniped for like 12 hours straight. It would be fantastic. For the lore. I just need to stream till 7 when I get off work. That is crazy. Is it an overnight shift? The way I solo guards is kill the healer right to the door. Yeah, kill them in the Sork, jump down, kill the healers, then just hope the 2 guards that don't trigger the walking ones. Yeah, if you can get the words here. The healers, it'll be significantly easier because the healers are ungodly annoying. Hopefully you like what you do if you're doing 12-hour shifts. I'm assuming it's probably like healthcare if it's overnight. God bless. I used to work overnight, not fun. I literally hated it. And then I used to be on emergency duty, hated that also. Because emergency duty is like nothing happening and then craziness and then nothing again. And it's like, I would prefer if it was just like 8 hours of constant something and it was 24 hours over the weekend. That was terrible. Like they found a baby at 1 a.m. one time and I had to go talk to this baby at 1 a.m. in the middle of the road. craziness. It was in the news and everything. It was so wild. Oh, God bless you being an RN. Is that a werewolf? Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. We're getting hit in the back. Don't you know it's weird to hit another man in the back? Oh my God, we're getting teabagged, or we're getting, not teabagged, we're getting jumped by a fucking werewolf and a dragon knight. Literally the things that I hate most in this plane of existence. That's alright, we're gonna drive them insane. We're gonna do what I call the loop-de-loop of insanity. That's where you just go around in a loop-de-loop until your enemies just realize that you're not worth your time. Oh my gosh, they're using the Panama pincer. They're using advanced tactics where one goes one way and one goes the other way. Where are the blues? Help! Help! They put a. That's so funny too that they put a slowdown there. I mean, to be fair, they deserved to kill me. That was actually kind of funny. What they don't realize is that I'm just going to avoid it. I'm going to go this way. We'll go around this side. This is really just a demonstration at this point as to how effective. There are so many blues over there. Hello? But do you see that demonstration on how powerful this shield is? Oh, see? Now, see, in a 2v1. You know, they're more than happy to come at me. Thank you, by the way, for your subscription, Bloodlust, if you're here. YouTube told me that you subscribe, but you may not be here because you could be watching a YouTube video. That's the funny thing about YouTube subscribers is that when somebody subscribes on YouTube, I don't know if they're like here watching or if they're like just watching any video and they're like, yeah, I'll subscribe to this guy. Well, thank you, BB. You know, besides the puns, listen, I think that there's not very many good ways to open a YouTube video, right? But you got to do something. You can't just get straight down to business. You got to like, and intro cards are not very good either. You know, you have to like, you know, prime them with something. My gear, I'll show you if I could get through this door. I don't know. It's like, do I want to go in? Do I want to be out? But I was like, yeah, I'll be in. So I'm using Crafty Alfika Lightning, Backbar Resto, Roxas Warped Guys, which is a really nice monster set, Druid 2-piece, Trainee 2-piece, and then Crafty Alfik with Death Dealer's Feet. So I benefit from being in long conflicts, which is perfect because Cyrodiil likes to think that you're in conflict indefinitely, and there you go. Yeah, I never, you know, a lot of people do the whole set the hook thing, you know, like, you know, they'll be like coming up, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I did that for a little bit and I just didn't like it, you know, as much. But I think it's because my videos are informative. So it's like, am I just going to put like one random tip at the front and then just put the, you know, like, just do the rest of the video? That's why I like the pun. It's, you know, it's unique. And, you know, and I was thinking too, so for all my channel members and Twitch subs, my plan is I haven't announced this yet. So this is all first-hand knowledge because I haven't even implemented this yet. I plan to let each one of them either pick a pun or a dad joke or a funny one-liner, and then I'll put like the little thing at the bottom, or they can pick a subject, and then I'm forced to make a pun, dad joke, or one-liner off of the subject that they pick. So they could pick, like, fucking, you know, an Elder Scrolls Online one, and then I would have to make, like, an ESO pun. You know? Stuff like that I think would be fun. That's what my plan is. Ooh, that is 6 AD in the lumber. So that might have been 7. 7, that's a better number. One snowman turns to the other and says, "Can you smell carrots?" Exactly. See, it's just a satisfying way to open videos. But that's my plan for all the Twitch subs, which I think you're allowed to do. So Twitch has like some weird rules where you can't do giveaways for your Twitch subs only. And you have to like, you can only offer certain things. It's like super weird. But channel members on YouTube, totally fine. But I plan to let them basically pick a pun, and then I'm for like a subject, or if they have a pun that they want me to use, and then I'll put in like the bottom corner like their name, so it's like they sponsored this pun, or they forced me to make a pun out of this thing. My wife asked me if I had ever seen the dog's bowl. I told her I never did. I told her I never he did. How did the red guard break his tea? He was building a house and his hammer fell. I like the hammer fell one. I like the elsewhere too, because elsewhere you can use in so many different ways. Like, you could be like, oh, you know, I thought I was going to go to Cyrodiil today, but I decided to go elsewhere. You know, you just build it in so many, you can literally do anything with it. Are they not taking, I hope they go take the, this one, because I need this one. Oh, they did take it. Hallelujah. I can go take that back then. Although they're probably going to come over here. Hopefully the blueberries are ready. Ah, that makes sense. That's what I thought it was too. You're good. I just confused myself reading it. Sometimes too, when you guys send messages, like as I'm reading them, they get moved up and my brain just gets confused. You know, we don't need to follow that guy. We can just let him in that tower. We could just, you know. All right, I guess we're following him. I think I might also try to build heroism potions into my sorcerer somehow. I've like wanted to use heroism potions for so long. Oh my god, I threw myself off. Oh, would you look who it is? Alright, I'm not playing Ring Around the Rosie in a fucking tower with Hansel and Gretel over here. Going to this yard over here. Oh, actually, they killed one of them anyhow. Listen, I'm not saying that people that play werewolves, you know, are, you know, goobers, but like some of them are goobers. So your yellow is our blue. Yeah, the tower. There's probably, I think yellow has the most ball groups too, and it's these ball groups can be annoying, to say the least. Who's the Dragooks of Xbox? Who's Dragooks? There's a high goober to non-goober ratio with werewolves. That there is. I'm also wondering if I want to try to take this on my own or not at 2:15 a.m. or if I'm going to accidentally die to guards and embarrass myself. These are the fears that I had. Let me go get my solo build real quick. You know, let me go slap on the old sergeant set. The fact that guards block is crazy. Dragooks is a really good PvPer. You know, I see a lot of shit talkers that say that they're like the best PvPers, but I truthfully don't know like who is the best. Realistically, I just don't know. I think being the best PvPer is also so subjective because there are people that like just follow with whatever the meta is, and you know, are you the best player because you own all the DLCs and you have all the scribing skills and you go into the most recent update knowing what the best group is, you know, best combination is, and then you just lay people down? I don't know. Yellows have the most ball groups on PlayStation. We regularly have to run down and flag their home keeps to pull them from the north. Most formidable opponent on EU PlayStation. Dragoon makes videos. He's really phenomenal. I feel maybe I've watched him. I sometimes only recognize people based on their YouTube emblems and not their other things. For duelers, Shoiru is the best, and it's class dependent. Yeah, it's class dependency is another big thing too, because like somebody's using an S tier class, the other person's using a B tier class, you know. But you know, it's Metatolic Monk is probably the best sorcerer, etc. Shady is the best ranged Plar. What console are we talking about? This would be really embarrassing if this is Xbox. It might be. That does sound familiar. Capri's up there. Because I mean, I see people dying all the time too. The other thing too is like you're only one lag spike away from dying yourself. You know, I think I recognize Shady. If it's the same Shady that I'm thinking of, but that's also a pretty common name. See quite a lot of people talking smack too, and I'm in a Facebook group with quite a few people. It's hard. It's so subjective too, because like um what, you know, is it, you'd have to like narrow it down, you know, like, and plus too, like a lot of the best PvPers are in ball groups, so it's like, or they're playing with a group of people, so it's, you know, you gotta factor stuff like that in. Then there's dueling, there's battleground contents, overland, you know. There's people who are good at like one specific thing, like there are people who are just really good bombers, you know. But then there's people who's good like with every class. It's just, it would be so hard to give an answer on a question like that, unfortunately. You can actually track your kill to death ratio on PC. We just lost Winter's Peak. Come on, guys. They're about to attack Chalman? What's going on? What is... Oh, yeah, they are. I bet you they took Winter's Peak so that they could launch an assault on Chalman. Or they're going to kind of try to come take the north. Let's see if we can get a Kuda. You guys feeling a Kuda? Literally the worst ones we could have gotten. Fantastic. And the kill counter is also weird too, because like, I don't think you get kills if you could do like the most amount of damage to a person, and then it's just like, well, you didn't kill them, you know, so I'm not gonna count it. To be fair, I haven't played on PC since like beta days, so I don't know exactly. Oh my gosh, we got a Ta again. Craziness. Aren't you supposed to get better resources like in Cyrodiil? What is your quest, sir? Travel to Coral. Oh. Hmm. Yeah, Winter's Peak is like peak essentiality. I would 100% endorse Jake returning to PC to stream. But like, why though? Like, what would be the purpose, you know, of streaming on PC? I'll craft you Adept Rider. Thank you. Oh my gosh, we just got whacked by a mammoth. Hello, pink dolphins. Ah! Sorry, pink dolphins. There's a mammoth here. Oh my gosh. Like, I angered this mammoth. I'm gonna accidentally whack this person because that would be awkward. I'm not trying to attack a person. I was just curious if there was like blues going this way, you know, what direction we were going, you know. I've done that so many times too, where it's like I'm like following behind a red and we don't fight it. Like we're like literally like on like right next to each other. And it's funny because like we don't attack each other until we like fully get to where we want to go. Like we'll like all be riding to like Chalman or whatever. We don't fight until we get to like the front door, you know? but we'll be next to each other, like within like 6 feet the whole time. In fact, you can drag the giants up to Winter's Peak and they'll start attacking whoever's on the porch. Do they have that much health though? Are they really gonna go defend Bruma? I guess it's probably where we should go, but there's probably so many people there. I should type X. Like, where are all the blueberries? I try to play without add-ons. To be honest, they ruin the immersion a lot. That's also a very fair point. I wonder if there even is like any main groups. Boys, we've already lost Burma. There is no get. They're gonna go to Bleakers next. Might as well just go to Bleakers. This is unironically a perfect example of sometimes why PvP can be frustrating. Because you just want to get into some fights. And we are just running from place to place with no combat. Now, granted, we could have fought that one person outside of Winter's Peak, but that was an unmeaningful fight, you know? Does Deltia actually refer to the DC as blueberries? I've never really watched his streams. I've only seen his videos. He doesn't say his people talk differently when they're streaming versus when they make a YouTube video. I feel out of place. I don't ever require you being on the slate. That's that's fair. I just miss his voice. He's still around. He's not like dead. They're attacking. Fucking. Oh, they're gonna go attack Dragon Claw. I want a big fight, not defending Dragon Claw, bro. What? Recall use value. He's not logged in for 6 months. Didn't he make a video? He made a Gold Road video. Maybe he's secretly an Xbox player now. You guys ever think about that? Might as well just 911 freaking Dragon Claw. Actually, let's see how many there are here. Somebody said my name, Jakey Poo. I didn't even notice that. Oh no. I unironically also think that you should be able to put in the say chat messages that can be seen by the other alliances. Hot take, would probably get a lot of people to get comm banned, but it would be funny. And sometimes that's, all you need. I don't know if he thought that he could out heal all of that damage or what his plan was there, but that was hilarious. Ow. Getting hit by blasts of badness. Yeah, get out of here, goats. I love reading people's names. Oh, see, there's your delayed execute right there again. First Descendants, to me, is just... I tried to play First Descendants, and I was just like... Why do people enjoy this? It's just like if pay to win was a game. Like, I mean... I don't mind, a little bit of, spending, I don't mind having, the passive income perk, on my characters, but like, that game is ridiculous. Like, I don't mind putting a skill point into disposable income, but like that game is pretty nutty. I just don't think it's as good. Oh no, that was the guy that we saw earlier. Damn, that kind of hurts. I feel emotional right now. You guys crying? Just ran into us and died. Poor guy. Didn't even never know what hit him. We're gonna go retake Bruma now. Men. Thank you guys for watching this late. There's no Twitch drops enabled. There's no like fancy gameplay. So, you know, we're just here together, you know? At the time of our lives. Some would say. Others might not say that, but some might. Oh, here's quite a few, excuse me, reds, but not enough for the blueberries. Here's a question. Any of you guys friends with Browry Got This on PC? I'm wondering when the last time he logged in was. I feel like I have not seen him in ages. I know he did his little like quitting thing, but like, did he really quit? Or was that just like a, you know, content pivot? A Sunday morning I've had all week. Well, that's good. Hopefully you're having a. Hopefully it's crazy that it is Sunday. In my mind, I'm like Sunday morning. What the heck? It is Sunday now legally. It's 2 a.m. It's been Sunday for 2 hours and 28 minutes for me. It's 2:28 for me, David. Probably should go to bed. But to me, until I go to sleep, it's not Sunday. So the Sunday scaries don't begin until I go to sleep. So if I stay up till 8 a.m., it's still Sunday until I fall asleep at 10. And then when I wake up from that nap, now it's Sunday. Now I can dread Sunday. Excuse me. Pretty sure Browry Got This quit for real. I mean, but like, where am I going? Oh my gosh, excuse me. Brindle, no. I was just curious if anybody saw him like did he actually quit or was he just like, you know, taking a break? Like I know he didn't want to make ESO content anymore. But like does he still like play ESO, you know? To me it's just like crazy to quit a game like that and kind of like trash talk it. Like realistically, I get paid to play The Elder Scrolls Online, you know? He got paid a lot of money to play The Elder Scrolls Online. It's a pretty good deal. Like, on its surface, that's a great gig, you know? He had like 60-something thousand subscribers. We wouldn't even have half of what he had, too, subscriber-wise. And, it's just crazy to think about. That's why sometimes I'm Horcrux quit because he got banned, right? And Horcrux get banned like 4 times, and the devs were like, "No, we're not letting you back in again. You've gotten banned 4 times. You're done." I don't know about Kev. He's streaming exploits on New World now. To be fair, the devs are probably less anal on New World. New World does look pretty cool. I mean, like, I don't know if I'll play it, but it comes out on console, doesn't it? I would like a second game that I could, like, stream, you know? But I don't know if it would be... I don't know. Sulfur smells terrible too. Yeah. There's sulfur in one of our water things at the cabin we used to have one time, and man, sulfur smells terrible, and if you use it to wash your hands, it even worse. Well, here's the thing: is when you were dueling him, was he exploiting? Like. I mean, I don't think he was a bad player, but also, how do we know he wasn't exploiting when he was dueling you? that's one of the problems. You just don't know. Oh yeah, I mean his builds are good too. Although, like, here's the thing too. How much like Saul? I'd like Soul Man a lot. I think that his personality was perfect for ESO PvP. One of the critiques that I would give people too is like a lot of people give content creators like a lot of props for like creating videos on builds. Sorry, Spiny. One of your things got um hidden. He called Salman, or not Salman, excuse me, Horrocks a douche. Wanted to make sure that it didn't get hidden by YouTube. I unhid it. Like content creators get a lot of credit for making builds, but a lot of times I feel like they're more so highlighting builds versus creating them. Now, that's not to say that people don't create builds. Like this fucking Haj menagerie of using fucking druids and trainee and crafty alfiq. I've not seen anyone make that before. So when I make a video on it, I may be the first one to do that, but that doesn't mean that like the majority of other stuff that I research, like when I plan to do a 1 bar like easy content build, you know, stuff like that is all stuff that you're just finding online and then tweaking to either update it or just tweaking it to make it make more sense. Yeah, exactly. People are fed builds. And that's not to take away from the fact that they're highlighting it and that it's good, but don't assume that just because somebody, you know, put it on YouTube that they made it. I don't want to take away from any of their achievements, though. I don't want to, like, you know, I'm not saying that they, you know, didn't do something or didn't, you know, make something that was good. But sometimes I feel like we get credit when we don't deserve credit. It seems like there's no conflict here. And the fact that he got banned is still hilarious to this day. I miss my Nightblade. R.I.P. Calorians. I miss you so much. Think we can make it over here? You know, we're going back to the running simulator. To be fair, though, like, what would have happened if he showed up on Nephis' podcast? Like, what would he have done? Oh yeah, Skinny Cheeks, to his credit, actually does the experimentation. He does the research himself. He has people help him. Like, he'll tell you that. He mentions it too in his videos. Like, he has help. But for PvE, you need help because there's just like you're crunching so much raw data at a time. You need help with that. PvP is a little bit more like, you know, like I could look at a build, change one thing, and now it's almost completely different, and now it's my own thing too. Oh, excuse me. Like, I guarantee you that like 99% of all Sorcerer build videos out there right now are recommending that you use crafty alfiq. You know, so already 99% agreement. Roxas also is pretty popular. Oh, see, there we go. Wait, are they attacking it again? We have 4 siege up. What the heck? I was literally just here. Oh yeah, seeing him play Overwatch was hilarious. JTK did a great video on that. God bless. I want to miss the Titan mount by 200 seals. Damn. Hey, it'll be back again though, and there might be new stuff that comes out too that you're like, oh, you know, that's even better. We're gonna be able to like claim our daily login reward again here soon. You guys love the running simulator? It's like being in a Lord of the Rings movie. Except showing up to a battle, I show up to a place that's either already captured or I show up to a place that has no conflict at all. There better be a big fight on the other side of this door or on a wall or something. 30 rats PBS. I unironically don't know what PB stands for in that circumstance. Peanut butter? Without the jelly? Where's the conflict? Did this just get sent to me? Chat, what do we think about this message? I don't mess with the comment section. I do enjoy your videos and they're helpful. This is my first live stream on your channel. I thought it'd be funny to ask for a favor. I'm doing a league for Mythics and I like DLC. I love using game points to buy DLC instead of my own content instead of using actual money. I'm trying to buy the Murkmire DLC for VCS, but I'm short and my sales have slowed. I've been grinding for days and I figure I'd ask for help. Lend me 150k gold and I'll pay you back in a week with 40k interest. What's the APR on this? Also, Stu, are you here still? This was received an hour ago. Yeah, we're gonna figure out what the interest rate is here. So 40,000 divided by 7 is 5,714 gold per day, right? So then we take that, and then yeah, I don't. This seems like a crypto investment here. Like I'm being offered a crypto scheme. 150,000. This is only a 3.8% interest rate. This doesn't even beat the S&P 500. I'm only getting 3.8% interest. I literally could invest in stocks and bonds and I would get a better, return on my investment. Like I hate to be that guy, but the interest rate at 3.8% a day is just, I don't know if that's good enough. Well, and to be fair, we're comparing daily interest versus annual interest, but yes, anybody that could get 3.8% daily interest, that is really good. Yeah, I know that, but this is ESO gold, Really funny. Oh my gosh. Dad joke. There we go. Honestly, and unironically, these scripts start to add up. Like that's like 5,000 gold in just scripts, That's not nothing. That's 3%, 3.8% of my mail or gold reading that mail. Where's the merchant? Yeah, I do know though that is good interest on stuff though. I promise I'm not that hopeless. Now, if ESO had its own stock market, what interest would they be offering me? That's the better question. Wasabi, what's going on, Andrew? I mean, look at this. This is a good little gold method there. You're just selling all these useless scripts. Is the Shield of the West? Nah, that's not worth trying to sell it. I know a lot of people have been talking about that set, though, and Macabres as well. I mean, yeah, it's a good set. Is it sellable, though? Chat, are people selling the Macabre vintage set, or does everybody have it because everybody's farming? Or does everybody have it? Let me check Tamriel's Trade Center. Tamriel Trade Center. Let's take a look. Macabre. Now, I know Macabre is good. The question is, are people buying it? That's what I'm wondering, Whether or not something good is irrelevant to me. A little bit of sales. I could care less if a set is good or not. The question is going to be, can I make money off of it? Like, there are plenty of bad sets that get bought and purchased every day just because people are like, yeah, I'll buy this. That is wild. That reminds me of when a guild bought all the heartwood in the game. That was hilarious. I hated it, but it was hilarious. Like, I had to respect it. I was like, there's all these corrupt millionaires and billionaires in the real world. Why not have some in ESO? And then bam, right then and there. They bought all of the heartwood and brought the whole housing community to their knees. Exactly. Mediocre sets sell all the time. I guarantee you that I could go and buy a Telvar set, like the fucking Phoenix set, and people would buy it. Because there's people who will buy it just because they're completionists who just want to have it for the sticker book. And it would just be something to have, There are some weird people out there. Exactly. And it makes sense. Like, if you've got billions of gold, you could just market manipulate. Why not, Got to go buy all the Perfect Raw on PlayStation and sell it at an inflated price. I got Modus to buy. Perfect Raw is probably not something that you want to do that with just because it's a more common method. I would say Mundane Runes right now is probably your best bet. See? Sticker book completionists. They're out there. They buy the weirdest sets in the game. I was selling Thunderbug pieces. Like, find me a use of that set. Although I do plan to use it when we continue our beating ESO without attacking series. So besides that, there's no usage. I also want to see if you can complete Maelstrom Arena without attacking. I think that would also be kind of hilarious. Thunderbug was the first set that you ever ran. Why? We're not attacking Brindle anymore. That's not good. Is it because we're somehow on the flags and they just fixed all the walls up? That is true. Perfect Row is also highly sought after. Fellas, it appears that we have just ran to the next conflict, and there's no conflict here. Who's this guy? Can you just kill me? Can you kill me, please? Jankers? Please? No? Okay. Guess the guards will do it then. That's like, what a respectful gentleman, He's like, sorry, man, I can't kill somebody. I want to be in a fight, There's just no fighting. Where's the conflict? People keep dropping, like, I see this camp go up, I think, oh, there's got to be like 50 siege weapons dropped. No, somebody just dropped the respawn thing. Why? What happened? I respawn here thinking I'm about to see some there's a conflict at the mine. Hang on, we've seen somebody die over at the mine. Conflict will be at Brindle in a sec. I was just at Robeck. Yeah, I guess they'll probably head over to there in a minute. I hate being behind, you know? I feel like I'm delayed. I am tired too, which also doesn't help my decision making. Because in my mind, I'm just like, what's going on? This person's 83 champion point. What a man. 27.6k health. Real ballsy out here. Ooh. All right, we're gonna go down to Bruma. Maybe the yellows that were at Brindle will come down here. We also are running low on buff foods. We're just gonna replace it now. I mean, smoked bear haunch it's a good food. And to be fair, like, you know, people use, you know, perfect row for XP potions and all sorts of other stuff too. Nickel? Ain't no way. In Winter's Peak, I literally get out of teleport range, and now they tell me that there's about to be a fight at Nickel and Winter's Peak. Do you think we could fast travel there real quick? Where is... Please. Oh, there's 3 siege weapons down by us. Please. 12 AD front door Nickel. Oh, we're at conflict. Woo, we did it. We made it to a fight. Hopefully we don't get fucked up by a ball group. Head to the top. Activate all of our little passive buffs. Alright, what do we got? Ooh. Guy's trying to res his little buddy. Don't let him res his buddy. Ooh, that is silenced him. Oh, get him! Yes! Ooh, that's why that power of the silence, baby. Am I being dark convergence? That's awkward. Or being AoE'd. That's the power of the silence of love. Can keep people from resurrecting people and whacking them when they don't expect it. Oh, that guy rezzed him and then died. What a man. Killed a wicked koala. To be fair, we've kind of succeeded in our goal. We've got him off all the siege weapons. That siege weapon looks like it's firing without a firer. Come on, move. Could you like move like closer to my abilities, please? Trying to kill the Nightblade, sir. Sir, would you please not dodge that? It would actually be really cool if you would just like, there he died. It would be really cash money of you to like let me kill you on stream, so I look cool. Hi Jake, thanks for being a real one. I'm a DHS caseworker, and my office building is shared with CPS. Cool how relatable you are. Well, nice to hear that, Detroit Leprechaun. By the way, have you tried Kvatch on your sword? I've not tried that. It's cheese as fuck, but using that and Mage's Wrath will melt people. Huh. Yeah, these yellows are not getting in. Jake, relatable? Whoa, 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 whoa! I sense a little sassiness here. Ironically, sometimes I think you guys are overwhelmingly too nice to me. I read a comment that was like, Jake, I agree with almost. It was the most like primed disagreement ever. You know, like when somebody is about to tell you something that they disagree with you on, they were like, Jake, I agree with pretty much everything you've ever said, and I respect you a whole lot, and I think that you're a great person, but I'm gonna have to respectfully disagree. And this was on my like zone tier list, and it was like, I think that this zone deserves to be an A tier and not B tier. Like, and I was like, wow, that was the most priming that I've ever seen ever. And then I saw somebody killed me in Grey Host, and they messaged me and said, "Love the videos," and I was like, God. Like this is like the opposite of trash talking. Like, about how to DHS caseworkers because I can nurse all day, but I couldn't do your jobs. I enjoyed it quite a bit. It's I think I just enjoy chaos, you know? I may not look like it, but I enjoy chaos a little bit. I'll have to look into that. That set. I think that Crafty Alfiq is probably just too valuable, but I'll look into it because I'm curious. So what's this about getting banned for teabagging? Is it really a thing? No. So the short answer is no. The long answer is no, but you can get banned if you, I don't know why I just jumped. Oh, do they want to die? Yeah, they just want to die. Sorry, little one. Oh, and there's a, oh look, it's our friend, the werewolf. Look, there he is. We are about to go kill him. Did he just go into stealth? I am fighting. It is 2024, and we have to deal with stealth werewolf builds? What world are we living in? That is insane. How can I check Stormhaven quest to the 60 achievement? So unfortunately, it can be a bit tricky. What I suggest people do, because I went through the same conundrum, is I go to every delve, check all the delves, and then I just walk kind of the whole map like in quadrants, because unfortunately it could be very difficult to know where you've left off. Is there fighting outside? Am I about to like open this door and get like hit with something crazy? No? Where's the conflict? Anybody fighting outside? Stealth werewolf Giga Chad move. I would like to imagine, right, that if I went into a battleground as a content creator, as a werewolf, I'm getting teabagged already, which will loop back into the teabagging question. And then if I used invis pots on top of that, I think that I would get death threats. I think people would show up to my house and just be like, bro, what are you doing? And I'd be like, I just thought it would be funny, you know? I thought it'd be kind of cool. And they'd be like, no. I'd be like, I'm sorry. But to loop back to your question, so you can teabag people. You can emote on people. You can do whatever. What you can't do is you can't harass people. So if somebody tells you to like stop messaging them or stop emoting on them and stuff like that, they can request that you stop that, as you know, the toxic gaming environment. You can get essentially, I don't know if people have actually really been banned for it, but I know that you will get warned. If you're over there, like, you know, harassing players, they'll warn you and say, like, hey, like, stop, you know, being a hooligan. The dreaded ganking werewolf, you know, build. Can you imagine? So I want everybody to close their eyes, right? Close your eyes. ZeniMax has just updated Battlegrounds. It's an 8v8 game mode. You queue in to a ranked 8v8 game mode. The first thing that happens is you're fighting 8 werewolves with invis pots. And you uninstall the game and go play BDO. I have a video on converting AP to gold. But I've not talked about the merchant specifically, but he is right. So like, but you can transfer Detroit all of your AP from like your your EP character to your AD character, and you can do stuff like that. Oh my gosh, they responded to me. Wait, what? 6 stinking rings for a total of 300,000. It's 20k each. What did the werewolf eat after getting his teeth cleaned? The answer is that he ate the dentist. My brother in Christ, do you think that I wanted a werewolf dad joke? Did you think that after everything that I've just said that this is what I wanted, a werewolf dad joke? I am flabbergasted at this. I do like that werewolves are easily countered by Nightblades, because there are tons of Nightblades, especially in Cyrodiil. Like, oh, they're attacking the mine. I bet you this is where. I bet you. That's the 3.8% APR talking. I bet you that I'm gonna go here, and there's gonna be a werewolf here. I bet you. Everybody has to subscribe if there's a werewolf attacking this mine. Maybe he's not in his werewolf form. That could still be the werewolf. That's a sorcerer. Wait, who's the other one? There's another guy in the keep there. Oh my gosh, there are 2 invis people. Where's the other blue guy? Blue guy, do something. Stunned. This is not very nice. Oh, the other blue guy's dead. Not ideal for. You generally want your teammates to be alive. I'll be the judge of that. Oh my god. I guess I was wrong. There was no werewolf at the mine. I guess that means I have to unsubscribe to myself or something. I am, I will be the first to admit to address the controversy. Whenever a J-Clips video comes out, I watch and like my own video. I know somebody's got to get the ball rolling. I know that some people who like their own Facebook posts, like, sometimes get a little flack for it. But, sometimes I feel like I just got to get the ball rolling, Plus, the other thing, too, is the algorithm knows that I watch all my own videos. So, like, what's the algorithm going to think about me as a content creator if I don't even get watched by myself, We can't let that happen. So I get the ball rolling. That first like on the video is usually me. Although sometimes you guys are faster than me. Actually, quite often you guys are faster than me, because before I watch my own video, I go around and make sure to post the video in all the places that I'm allowed to without getting in trouble. And I do that first. Then I watch my own video, to get that ball rolling. Oh, we've already taken. Wait, we already taken it? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong place. That's not on the map. I'm like looking at Roback or Nickel, excuse me. Have I spoke about the upcoming changes to the stream team? Not really. Have they announced who's on it yet? And how that's gonna work? Isn't it just so far just the hey, here's the applications if you're a podcaster or whatnot? There's so many. That's true. There are a lot of jokes you can make about Argonians and Dark Elves, but you can't because you'll get in trouble. be a strongly worded email. I think that they'll let me in. I mean, I don't know. I mean, they invited me to Amsterdam, so it'd be really awkward if they didn't put me on their YouTube, group of people. So I would think that they would let me in. I'm like nervous because I'm like, what if they don't? What if they just let like 5 people in and it's like the 5 biggest content creators? Because like, of the ESO content creators, we're probably easily in the top 10, but are we in the top 5? Maybe. Oh no. So I don't know. I don't know, like how we stack up in their minds, like compared to other YouTubers. I actually think that when it comes to monthly views, I might be number 2 or 3, but for subscribers, I think we're 5th for like content creator. I mean, I'm not comparing myself to like Lucky Ghost because they don't really make ESO content anymore. I'm talking about like Deltia, Hacked Minotaur, Artea, Nephis, Skinny. There's some chest locations in Westworld not on a downloadable map pims. Oh, thanks for the tip, John. Are we gonna go to Brindle now? I mean, I just want a big fight, and I feel like I'm not getting a big fight. It's true. I'm not allowed to talk about certain content creators. They don't like it when you reference them. I'm just saying, like, sub count wise, like there are content creators that are bigger, but like in the last 28 days, we have gotten on ESO videos alone 168,000 views. 168,000 Elder Scrolls Online views is actually a lot because most people, they may make like a video a week or 2 videos, like a month, and they may get like 50K views, but like we're beating that because we make content so frequently. There's a lot of people who are better, like there are people who make better content, better editing and whatnot. But when it comes to like being the most informed, that's what I try to do, I try to be as up to date with everything, If the ESO releases a $5 pack and a new gold method, like we're on it, I also feel like those videos usually do pretty well too, because even though it's it's niche, but it's helpful, Like people need to know that like, hey, there's this new $5 pack. There's stuff, it's good money for crowns. Like there's a new gold method, when it comes to this too. With the new furnishing stuff, and that video did super well. And I wasn't even originally gonna make it because I was super busy that day. But I was like, I want to make a ESO video. It was like released at like 11 p.m. And I was like, this video is going wild. It's like got like 9.1K views. Excuse me. Which is crazy for how long it's been out. Is that the dead werewolf? I think that's the werewolf guy. ESO's financial advisor. I like to think that I'm like good to go to for events and stuff. I know my shortcomings, There are a lot of content creators that will, I don't want to say a lot because then I feel like I'm throwing shade at a group of people. But there's people in general just like people don't like to admit their shortcomings. I have no problem doing it. I know what I'm all right at. Like I know what my strong suits are, and I know what my weak suits are. I feel like once you know those things, you can, improve as a person. Like, or as a, an individual, depending on the type of stuff. Oh, I did not mean to use my alt. Oh. That's what happens when you play tired. You start admitting things out loud that get you in trouble, and start ulting when you don't want to ult. But I hope they remake it into ESO's little special program. It'd be neat, I mean, how's it going, Jonathan? I don't know when they're going to release it, though. They stopped the application last week, I think, at the end of last week. No. Well, today's Sunday, technically, even though theoretically it's only Saturday for me because I refuse to go to sleep. So I would think that sometime this week that they would do it. What are you rocking for back bar skills? We got a little armor, a little conversion. Sorry, I'm very tired. We got our crit surge. Holy sir, heal yourself. And then we got our lightning form, and then we have our teleport. My video is not 25% plus memes. I do get a lot of praise from people because I don't hyper edit jokes in. Like, I'll mention funny things every so often, but I'm not like, I'm just like, here are the facts. And what's crazy is like, YouTube likes when you have videos a certain length. 6 to 12 minutes for me is like the bread and butter, right? And I don't ever struggle to get to that point because I just feel like I could just give out good information for that point. Any thoughts, any more thoughts on Lush comments, stuff the same theory? Yeah, I think we're gonna go to Argonia. There's a chance that we're somewhere like down here for Skyrim. Maybe. I just don't see them doing that. Is Alinor a good trader? Yeah, I think Alinor is a pretty good trader. I wouldn't pay dues to be an Alinor, but I would, you know, I would appreciate being an Alinor if it's for free. So I would say it's all right, you know. I hate these guards. Maybe these guards are more annoying to kill. I feel like we would have normally killed all these by now, but they're just plugging along. I also thought it was weird that they're having like podcasters as like ESO things. Oh, that was kind of weird. Yeah, I mean, if it's free, that's a good one. That's a good one. I knew I wasn't crazy. Well, I don't think anyone's calling you crazy. Although anyone that works a 12-hour shift at overnight is probably a little crazy. Oh, it's the Keepers of the Red Mountain. Yeah, that's a good one. It's a good guild too. Can I not fix this? Oh, I can't fix it because we haven't taken the keep yet. I'd be repairing the door of the enemy, which would be not ideal. Yeah, I mean, I think it's I definitely think that it's Black Marsh. I mean, to be fair to Black Marsh, it could be like over here, it could be over here, it could be down here. I feel like I've narrowed it down to like the bottom right of the map, which is not hard to do when the only other option is the top middle. So we know it's not this desert because that's not lush. So that leaves like this and this. Yeah, Ashes of the Red Mountain, I think, is the trade guild name. Whoa, Detroit, you're just doxing my trade guild? I'm messing with you. I'm gonna claim ownership in the name of the Brick Squad for the Covenant. Hallelujah. Long may we reign in Castle Brindle. I need to buy a more siege repair kit. Actually, I don't need to buy. I need to go to the map, but it's 20,000 a week. I think I can invite you if you want to join. I can also invite you to Breaking the Wheel if you want to join a trade guild. If you want to join a trade guild, Jonathan, on Xbox and A, just let me know. I could give you the hookup. I could get you in. I have the 411 knowledge. What's also crazy too is that steadily we've been growing in viewers on Twitch and YouTube, which feels so weird Like to me, we started streaming at like 11:45 at night, and now it's 3 a.m. and we've gained viewers, which is, oh my goodness, that's why like going the wrong way. Exactly. Yeah, if you want an invite though, just let me know. I can get you in. It's just weird that like we like are steadily rising. Because I wouldn't have thought that that would have happened. I would think that people would be going to bed, you know, like normal people, which I am not right now. Just going with the flow, man. How many times do you think they'll do Ring Around the Rosie with nobody chasing them in there? Oh, don't go in. You're just giving them what they want. I don't know. Let's see if I can help. It's a small ball group, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Okay. What do we got? We got, what is that, a sorcerer? What was he? Just trying to identify what we're going up against. Got some arcanists. Got a dragon knight. Yeah, and I think everybody should have a trade guild, even if you don't use it actively. It's just easy to sell stuff. Sets, 100% sets are my favorite thing to sell. Please don't kill me. Fall damage! God damn it. Oh, all the ways to die. Fall damage not affect shields. Ball groups are so stupid. Dungeon Mass is fun. I just like selling AP. Just sell sets. This is such a relatively straightforward thing to do. Dying of fall damage is so stupid. Merching can also be kind of fun too, where you're just like, oh, you know, I'm out here getting, you know, out here searching for something and I find me a good deal. That could be kind of fun too. It's kind of crazy that this guild or this quest now literally gives a guaranteed script pretty much, which means that you're pretty much getting like 1,500 gold minimum value every time you do a quest. It's kind of crazy. Now some of these quests are like almost becoming like little mini gold methods. All right, what do we got? The shaman resources. Oh yeah, furniture is a huge hit or miss. I mean, like the luxury furnishing vendor, is depending on what you get is usually more effective. If you try to sell like your own player-made furniture, it can be a little bit more difficult just because it's also hard to advertise. Like if somebody needs like a set, right? Let's say they're looking for the Tiddlywink set, right? They're just going to go search that, buy all the pieces they need, and then move on. If you're looking for furniture, it can be pretty hard to find furniture that even interests you. Like there's probably less people looking at the furniture that you're even selling at that moment in time. I really wish I did the glitch where you could like permanently have the Empress or Emperor title on. I'm still jealous about that. Yeah, I mean, there's like different niche things that you can sell furniture wise. I mean, yeah, you can sell anything. Potions are also kind of hard to sell because potions have a similar problem where it's like, oh, I want to sell potions, but it can be hard to search and get the potions that you want to purchase. So a lot of times I found that people will buy the ingredients for potions versus the potions themselves. Like if you can always look I always think this is a good thought experiment, right? Go in and look what's selling in the history. Just be like, what's being purchased? Powerful Assault, 380,000. Breton Tablecloth, that's 9 points. Hexo, Companion Gear, Rakudas, you know, High Isle Treasure Maps. Like, just get an idea and just look for like the past like 24 hours in sales, and you can get a good estimate as to what the economy is not only doing, but also what are some things that you could sell individually to make some money. Yeah, sell potions in chat too is one of the also ones that works pretty decently as well. I actually think that Dragon Blood and Ream are still pretty good. Dragons have been over farmed during the events quite a bit, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on, you know, who you are, what your thoughts are on that. Oh, whiffed. Whiffed. Can I make up for it? Can I make up for it? We got him. They just took the farm back? Yeah, they did so many anniversary events that people were just getting these things like constantly, and it's like, fellas, the whole what am I stuck on? You're amazing. Thank you, Toxic Killer. That's what I'm talking about. You know, in Grey Host, usually you used to get lots of angry messages. I don't get angry messages. I feel like I deserve more angry messages. Like, you guys can be mean and smack talk me too. You know, it won't hurt my feelings, I promise. Yeah, tripods is another good one. Add this person as a friend, you know? Just you like the mount? It's nice when you get a mount that you know that you're just gonna use for forever, because now you're not ever worried about upgrading it. Liverpool FC are overrated. I don't know who's overrating Liverpool. That is an interesting take. How's the cat? She is good. She was driving me crazy because I was redoing all my cords earlier, and she kept trying to play with the cords while I was changing all the monitors and stuff around, and oh, that was driving me crazy. And with one of these. Everton are better. Everton lost a game. They were winning. Those of you who don't know soccer, right? Everton was winning 2-0 in the 85th minute. And by the end of the game, that ends in 90 minutes plus extra time, they lost 3-2. I don't think people comprehend how hard it is for that to happen. That is mind-boggling levels of stupid. And to be fair too, like Liverpool, I just appreciate the level of stability that they've had since Jurgen Klopp retired. Whew. My basketball team lost 28 straight games last season. Oh my gosh. Oh, getting a little sleepy here. You're still continually rising with active viewers too, which is crazy and also a bad feedback loop because I'm like, man, I guess I just have to stay up, huh? You know, if everyone's gonna be on. Excuse me, Tater Slam. I'm not about to get Dragon Knight killed. No, thank you. I don't consent to whatever that was. No, thank you. Why can I not use my abilities? I would like to throw one crystal frag, please. Cyrodiil, one. Okay, no, okay, all right. Well, I think they would show up. I think they would show up wherever you go. To be honest. I'm gonna be really sad when they nerf the Sorc shield again. Because it will be nerfed, and I will be sad. But damn if it's not good. Hey, you said you wanted to fight. What am I gonna put my own battering ram down just to see what has? Is there more reds outside? What I would love is like a big fight over a keep. Like I love like the 30v30s, the 40v40s, like big cinematic battle coming up, you know, like they say in the Deadpool movie. That's what I want, you know? Big CGI fight coming up, everybody. That's what I want. That's very specific. And usually I feel like Cyrodiil's got a lot more of those, but people are not really attacking. Like these keeps are just chilling, you know? Like nobody's really taking Blue Road Keep. Nobody's really taking Elysia. We're fucking sitting here fighting over fucking Vlastris. Vlastris is the key combat point. You know, it would be like if instead of like, you know, fighting over the Battle of London, they were like, you know where we should fight over? You know, we should fight over Watford. And they'd be like, why? And he'd be like, oh, well, you know, that's who cares about London? Strategically, not important. Watford, that's the place to go. Yes, I know they will nerf the Sorcerer. They'll nerf it into the ground again, and then nobody will use it, and then they'll go, ooh, sorcerers are so bad again. Yeah, it'd be like if instead of invading during the War of 1812 and attacking DC, they were just like, let's go attack Maine. They'd be like, why? I don't know, just to see what happens. They just kind of get there and nothing happens. They're like, oh, okay, well, that was worth it, I guess. Guess we can go write a Stephen King novel now. Kind of crazy too, the War 1812. Let's storm rural Iowa. It'd be like the Russians sending paratroopers into rural Iowa, Red Dawn style. They'd be like, what happened? You know, just didn't know what to do with them. Like I'm a huge Stellaris gamer, and I love the jump drive. I've jump drive into people's empires before, you know, at the old jump driver. Nothing wrong with that. The problem is that it's not usually effective. Waking up to Jake on a Sunday morning. See, to me, it's not Sunday yet because I haven't slept yet, but at some point it will be. If I took the whole video, or if I took the whole keep by myself, it would be a fabulous video. And if you lost it, it'd be a good giggle for us. The problem is like, I don't have the inventory spaces to place the siege weapons down. So like, you can take keeps on your own, but like, you have to have enough resources to do that. And let me tell you, the one thing that I don't have is inventory slots. That is what we are constantly suffering on. But for the person that was asking questions about merchants, so here you can see, I have oil. I have oil in my inventory, all right? I have oil, okay? I have the important ones. Dave, how do you feel about invading Watford? But so you can see here that these AP vendors, when you purchase them from here, they're 12,000 versus 20,000. The kicker is that this guy sell the ones up here, they sell all the medium. This one sells all the heavy. This one sells all the light. So you have to own this town to get the 8,000 alliance point savings. Because you can buy them from your home keep for 20,000, but who wants to lose 8,000 alliance points? You're judging. You saw my inventory. It's full. There's just no room. I don't know what what do I get rid of? Do I just like deconstruct my like Mother Sorrow set because it's old? Let's start like selling back some of my stuff. What I need is an alt account to sell more items at the same time is what I really need. You guys think they're about to attack Robeck? I would be elated if they attacked Robeck. Deacon the unused sets, but I can't. They're like my emotional support sets. What if Medusa becomes good again one day? I don't have it anymore. Gold it out. You know? What if Skinny Cheeks tells me to use Medusa and I don't have it? That would be just tragic. Got 8 alt accounts and bought them to farm mud crabs and starter zones. So you're the one that's doing it, huh? Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Zenimax, take him out. Listen, they're, you know, but that doesn't mean that it can't be good again one day. Private guild banks are the best storage, I'll give you that. The only problem is that a lot of my inventory is stuff that's bound to me, excuse me. I feel like I smell reds. Better dead than red. If I was a red, where would I go? Apparently not to the farm. Jake, are you a hoarder? In ESO, am I a hoarder? In real life, no. I'm a minimalist. I had an apartment that didn't have a couch for a year. It wasn't until I started inviting people over more frequently that they're like, you know, you can own a couch, right? And I was like, yeah, I guess I should do that, huh? You, in theory, you could. You in theory, you could make your own guild bank, but the problem is you can't put stuff that's bound to you in a guild bank. Are we just? Oh no, they're gonna take Chalman's res. Hang on, right? Good. Maybe you think there'd be a big fight here in Chalman? Detroit brings up a good point. You do need to have 10 people, but they could be like 10 alt accounts in theory. No, don't. Oh my gosh, I'm thinking the teleport thing is over here. I'm stupid. Let me get to Chalman. Is there a big fight going to be over here? Is there any siege weapons down? There's no siege weapons down. Will they actually attack? We are not going to run over there until I see siege weapons on the ground. I am not going to continue to run all around this map with no conflict. I'm about to start doing quests inside of like Coral or something. Don't I have a quest over here? Yeah, let's just go fucking turn this in real quick. We're just gonna go to Coral real quick, or Leowin, or whatever fucking city this is. Or not? No, it's not Leowin. Leowin's the one that's in Blackwood. Yeah, I'm gonna finish my fishing achievements. This is ridiculous. Yeah, well, you know, I mean, I feel like the running simulator is entertaining. Oh, Bruma. What high tier combat is going on at Bruma? That makes sense too, like motifs, because motifs can definitely stack up as well. By the way, there are ways you can insta-kill yourself by throwing yourself into these lava streams, so just be careful when you're riding through here, all wimbly bimbly. What stuff does this person sell? Never understood the purpose of these vendors. Whew. How much gold do you think we'll get for going in and turning in this quest? I know. It is kind of wild how much running we've been doing. I would be so much more awake right now if I was like actively in some big fights, you know? So we got 275 alliance points and 390 gold. 36k XP. Woo! Alright, we're losing more resources at Robeck. The Geneva Suggestions Guild is actively defending Chalman resources. Oh. Hmm. I mean, there's fights around the map. The problem is they're all like goofy fights. Like, I don't want to. I almost feel like they're intentionally not letting people in the homes. I'll read your messages, Stupid, when I'm Mr. 3.8% daily APR. Tomorrow, I'm getting too tired. I just want to like end on one climatic cinematic battle, you know, one big CGI fight, you know, something that I can like tell my kids about, you know, when I have kids. Where's my keep recall stones? The yellows took fucking Bruma. What is happening? One Sork, bro. It's one Sork versus nobody at the minute. Just chilling. There's nothing to storm. There's like no like major offenses being pushed by. It's like the Blues don't want to crown that one guy emperor. I unironically think that that's what they're doing. Boys, we're 220th in line for the throne. Woo! There's literally a current emperor, and they only have one keep, and they need to lose. And nobody's attacking it. I guarantee you there's some sort of political hash menagerie going on here. Because you cannot tell me that the Reds and the Blues would not try to take Elysia with full frontal, unbridled, you know, fighting if they could unthrone the Emperor. They just need to take this one keep. How many times have we been running around this map all night? We've been here for like 4 hours, and like Elysia has not really been attacked one time. Can you imagine if they like incorporated like actual in-game like conflicts into lore? I think that'd be really cool. But I'm like, could you imagine that? That'd be kind of wild. So then the Reds started teaming up with the Yellows and formed the Dum Dum Alliance as coined by the Blues. You know, that'd be kind of funny. We got some sails, okay? We got some deadly sails. Fellas, I don't know if I'm going to be able to big you a climatic battle to round off this video on. I think we're just chilling in Grey Host, you know? It was pretty successful. There's only one death that I'm like really annoyed about. Like this is, you know, still a successful foray into the conflict over the lumber mill. Master Angler being rarer than Emperor is quite... Is that actually true? Is that actually true? Are there less people with Emperor than... Jake, it's time to come home. What does that mean? I'm not playing Ark Survival Evolved, if that's what this is. If that's what this is referencing. Rip Messy Drip. That is some drip. I'll give him that. This is pretty drippy. You can't cheese Angler like you can cheese the Emperor. I don't know if you can cheese the Emperor. I mean, what's the easy, like, I mean, I guess you could buy it or do like 10 to 50 campaigns, but I don't know if I would call that cheesing it, you know? I got Cryo, Master Angler, and Grey Host with a buddy in 3 hours. We decided to be safer because they're all fighting. He's not watching the rivers to gang people. We were right. That's honestly probably fairly accurate. I actually think that you're right. If you wanted to get the Master Angler achievement, you're probably safest doing it in Grey Host because there's too many people fighting. Where is all of this conflict occurring? Oh, that's a lot of yellows. Then there's red killing people near Robeck also. Maybe we'll have a big climatic fight to finish up on. And not just the fishing CP, Dave. Don't forget too, you have a companion dedicated to it as well. There's got to be some sort of weird politics going on. One tip for new players: do not rush meta sets and enjoy. Yeah, I think that's a good point. Sorry, I didn't read it all out loud. My brain stopped functioning halfway through, but I got what you mean. It's 3:40 a.m. I want to end on something cool, you know. Oh, big three-way fight over the lumber mill coming up, everybody. We got Tater Slam. We got the whole kit and caboodle here. A little rematch after our earlier conflict. He got Dark Convergenced. What a man. What the heck? Oh, I thought the yellow died. That was weird. Alright, this is a little too climatic for me. I'm losing track of who everybody is now. At some point, I'm gonna do the fishing one again. I do actually want to unironically get the Master Fisherman achievement. Alright, the big climatic fight might just end up everybody running around inside of a tower, but climatic nonetheless. How many people are they fitting in this clown car of a tower? Oh, I'm gonna get Dark Convergence. Oh, who blew up? Nobody did. Wow, that's tragic. Ugh. That's why I hate fighting in the open like this, is you just get Dark Convergenced. I'll go back and be spread out. Give the people what they want. A big climatic fight over a random lumber mill at almost 4 a.m. That's what the people really want. That's what they want to see on Twitch and YouTube right now. Oh my gosh, there's actually quite a few people here. Well, actually, you know, we've almost got our kill 150 people achievement done. I guess we might as well finish that one. I feel like there's some weird sort of politics going on. I feel like that's like what we're not seeing right now, because there's no way that we're not trying to dethrone Alicia. There's just no way. It's like everybody's just kind of like, we're gonna fight over literally everything else, and it's like, why? Why would we do that? Little tater slam. Good to see you again. Excuse me, Tater. I'm trying to kill these reds here, or these yellows, excuse me, because there's more yellows here than reds. I just need to get these final couple kills. Oh, this guy's toast. He's fucking toast. Everyone senses blood in the water. Literally, I just need the one more kill. I just needed one. How did I miss a streak stun? Oh, embarrassing. So look, game knows I need one kill. Everybody's just decided to not die. A grand conspiracy? Probably. Probably. Oh, there it goes. Never mind. Conspiracy's over. Tinfoil hat's gone. Honestly, the majority of these walls have run down on health. I guess I might as well just go until I die. Everybody here is just so bulky, it's just kind of pointless. They're not going to kill me, I'm not going to kill them. They're going to run around in this tower, all cutesy patootsy. Oh, that guy died. Silly tater. You're not supposed to slam the taters, you're supposed to crisp the taters. Is that a werewolf that I just saw? Oh no, we're using a werewolf? Oh no, I deserve to get killed. This is why I don't like running in towers. But you know what? That's the nice... That's how I learned to teleport back home. This fucking stupid ass fight. It's like, hey guys, instead of fighting somewhere cool, how about instead we fight over this one worthless thing? It's like, oh, perfect. Hey, we got our little thing sold. Our furnishing plan sold. That's good. And we got a fire lancer. Oh, that's what we want to see. So that was all worth it in the end. All the hoopla on the tired PvP was all worth it in the end. But I'm going to go to bed here, everybody. Thank you for the gifted sub, Soupy Twist. I caught that. I almost missed it. I'm so sorry. Thank you for the gifted sub, and thank you guys for the support all stream. This is a very unique time to stream. So thank you guys for being here, and I appreciate all of you. Hey Gloom, how's it going? Anyone have any final questions or anything? I'm gonna set this to ending. But if anyone has any questions or any other final comments, feel free to just chuck them out, and I will do my best to answer them here before we go. But I do gotta go to bed here because I'm becoming delirious. Have a good sleep. Thank you. Thank you guys again. I was up late. That was an interesting decision. My like foot is asleep. But I want to thank you guys so much again for watching. If you guys have any questions, comments, ideas, concerns, I guess also, feel free to put them in the comments below. As always, use the Discord. We will be putting out more stuff in the Discord. I will also be working on the website tomorrow too. Hopefully at some point this week we'll be able to open up some of the web pages. I basically just have more of a landing site right now where you can see like what it will look like when it's done, but the guides don't lead to anything. So that'll be kind of cool to see once it's up and going. And yeah,